out that you've got a problem with your insulation and maybe that's leading to bigger energy bills, guess what? Local utility companies have special incentives to help with the cost of getting your house properly insulated. In fact, if you're a PSE customer and your home was built before 1990, you could qualify to receive a rebate on up to 95% of the cost to get your attic properly insulated. Yep, 95%. Call Crawl Pros if you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic. Schedule a free corner-to-corner inspection at crawlpros.com.
Do you know how America became the best country on God's green earth? We made things, from automobiles to airplanes to textiles. We were the manufacturing epicenter of the world, the innovators that every other country turned to. I'm Katie Lyon, co-founder of Allegiance Flag Supply, and I'm here to tell you that the American spirit is alive and well at Allegiance, where we make American flags 100% in America. When you fly your American flag from Allegiance Flag Supply, you're not just honoring our country, you're supporting American men and women who proudly make the highest quality American flags, period. True patriots who put care into every stitch. See our full story at showallegiance.com and learn about our 100% American-based supply chain. Fly your flag from showallegiance.com with pride, because every flag says manufacturing is still alive and well in the U.S. and we are still the greatest country. Save $35 on your American flag set when you go to showallegiance.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by ZipRecruiter.
I'm Matt Piper. Another day of unhealthy air in the U.S. It's all because of wildfires from Canada. There are air quality alerts in 13 states from the Midwest up into the Northeast. CBS News meteorologist Grant Gilmore says the worst air in the world right now is in the U.S.
The smoke coming in from over 700 wildfires burning in south central Canada, being picked up by the upper level winds, blowing that smoke across the Midwestern states and then into the Northeast, where we once again have air quality concerns. In fact, the worst of the air quality, not just in the United States, but in the world, is right in Detroit, but still some reduced air quality across the Northeast today.
A manhunt is underway in Tennessee for a man accused of killing 4 of his family members.
Authorities in West Tennessee have now charged 3 people in the ongoing search for a 28-year-old man who's wanted in connection for the murders of 4 people a week ago. This man lives in Jackson, Tennessee, where Austin Drummond's car was found last Friday.
I thought that was crazy how you could harbor somebody, that just basically, I guess, kill his family or whatever that case was.
State and federal authorities now think Drummond may have fled West Tennessee. Jim Crisula, CBS News.
And that's not the only manhunt. The search continues now for a 4th day for the man who police say walked into a bar Friday morning, killing 3 patrons and a bartender. It happened in Anaconda, Montana, near Butte, where Jim Van Vossen lives.
This will momentarily knock us back on our heels, but this community has so many good people.
Many Texas state lawmakers have scattered nationwide in an effort to prevent a vote on new redistricting maps that would favor Republicans ahead of the 2026 midterm elections. CBS's Nadia Cavazos says it could pave the way for the other side of the political aisle to do the same thing in other states.
This isn't just a Texas matter, but this is a situation that does have national implications. And we've seen that Democrats in other states like California and New York are now saying that they're willing to fight fire with fire. Governor Gavin Newsom in California has promised that he will be redrawing the congressional lines here that will benefit Democrats. And we heard this morning from New York's governor saying she is willing to do the exact same thing.
If you think you've heard this one before, it's because you have. Thousands of Boeing workers are on strike because they did not like a new contract offer that included a 20% wage increase.
It's nerve-wracking because I don't know where my income's going to come in for the time being. I mean, some of us are going to have to go find second jobs, and hopefully you can find second jobs.
There was a similar walkout just last year. For the first time in its 90-year history, all major casinos along the Las Vegas Strip are now unionized. This is CBS News.
Are you looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Just how much a Bellevue mansion sold for. That story coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. No major blocking problems right now, but due to bridge closures for marine traffic, you have 3 or 4 mile backups at the Hood Canal Bridge. Be aware of that. The express lanes are still open northbound because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge. That is putting pressure on your southbound drive, but your travel time southbound are just about on time right now. Linwood to Seattle, 22 minutes. Alderwood to South Center on I-405 southbound is 39 minutes. You are crawling a bit along JBLM on southbound I-5. KIRO News Radio traffic.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle police are investigating 2 deadly shootings that happened just a couple of hours apart. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
2 Sunday morning shootings in Seattle's Soto district. Officers found a teenage boy shot in the leg, a man shot in the chest who later died. Then they found a man shot multiple times down the street who also died. Chief Sean Barnes says police are committed to preventing further incidents of gun violence. No arrests so far in either case. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
A vigil yesterday for the man who was fatally shot outside the Pursuit Seattle Church in the University District last week in what police believe was a targeted attack. Neighbors tell KIRO 7 TV.
You can tell the community cares. People really do care. It's just, how can that care change into positive change for the city and making it a safer place?
The church is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Seattle police are searching for an arsonist after 5 suspicious fires last week. One of the fires badly damaged a Columbia City funeral home. Services planned there for Tyler Martin's late mother had to be canceled. He told KIRO 7 TV.
When I first found out about it, I kind of felt like it was a nightmare.
His family had to move his mother's service to another location. A waterfront mansion in Bellevue just sold for $20.3 million. It belonged to Microsoft's chief technology officer, Jeffrey Johnson. He bought the home back in 2010 for just under $5 million. The Puget Sound Business Journal says the estate sits on Maidenbarrow Bay. It spans nearly 9,000 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms and 9 bathrooms. Well, the Bonnie Lake Sumner Little League team represented Washington well in the first game of the regional tournament happening in California. They were down early in the game yesterday afternoon against Alaska, but then the bats came alive.
Eager also 11. Ground ball hit to second. Off of Bell and into right field. A couple runs are going to score. And Washington takes the lead.
Washington with a 17-5 win. They take on Oregon tomorrow. The winner of the tournament that wraps up Friday goes to the Little League World Series in Williamsport, Pennsylvania next week. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy skies today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Yeah. Mondays, for I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends, I go for the weekends. Son of a
Happy Monday, August 4th to you all. Jake Skorheim here, sitting alongside Spike O'Neill. Spike, happy Monday to you.
Happy Monday, brother. Oh, what a weekend.
Oh, what a weekend. Did you get over to Seafair?
I did not. I did not. I heard the roar. Even from my neck of the woods.
I did a Friday after the show. Right after the show ended, I went over. I haven't seen crowds like that. I mean, it wasn't, I guess Seafair's officially Saturday and Sunday. No, there's a bunch of events Friday.
No, Friday. It's a 4-day event, really.
It was fantastic. Super good weather, really hot. Kids were having a blast, and I have not seen that many boats, just people watching on the water.
Yeah.
You could have walked across. You could have literally walked from boat to boat, from Mercer Island all the way over to the Seattle side. There were so many people in the water. It was really fun.
They tied up deck to deck to deck to deck to deck. Boom, boom,
Deck to
boom.
deck,
Isn't that
yeah.
great?
Line them up deck to deck.
It's the best.
Spike, you said also, you noticed this before I did, but we had the Seafair winner on with us on the show on Friday. We interviewed him.
Andrew Tate,
Andrew Tate,
who had won it in 16, won it in 18, hadn't won it since, pulled out a victory on Seafair Sunday.
I think talking to us was good luck. I think he's going to be back.
And there may have been other factors, but we were definitely part of the mix.
Yeah, for sure.
That guy was fired up.
Yeah, he was fantastic. Should we get into it? We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's get into it. First things first here. This story about a vehicle that was driving. I cannot make sense of this, and we're going to show you guys. If you guys are not watching this video online, you need to be watching this. So go to YouTube right now. Go to YouTube and search KIRO 97.3 FM. Jake and Spike Live is going to pop up. You're going to be able to click on that, and you can watch this video with us. And here's what happened. Then we'll play it in just a second. I'm going to set this up. Seattle police are searching for somebody who rammed a fire truck. Listen to the details of this story. Seattle Fire Department was traveling downtown, 2nd Avenue, near Blanchard Street. A silver Honda, I think it's an Accord, pulls up beside them. And as naturally happens, whenever you see a fire truck and a Honda Accord next to each other, the driver of the Honda Accord reportedly was offering them whippets in traffic.
I'm sorry, what?
Whippets like
out of poppers?
Yeah.
They call it, yeah. I only know that from the...
nitrous oxide.
Yes.
Yeah. And
I know from the Hannibal Lecter movies.
It was
no personal experience.
I only know it from movies as well.
Right?
Yes, absolutely.
Whoa.
And so it was like
in traffic?
In traffic, pulls up beside them, offers them this thing. Obviously, they turn it down because they're working and they're smart and adults.
It's sane.
So they turn it down, and then the car decides to smash into the sides of the fire engine. So rams into the side, pulls in front of the car, and like in some sort of a road rage, disgruntled,
oh my gosh,
spurned lover incident or something.
I'm watching the video now. Oh my!
And then starts backing into the fire truck. Now this is obviously not a sane thinking person. Probably the whippets had something to do with that.
Could be. Might impair your
I would imagine
decision-making skills.
The car backs into the fire truck a number of times, again, causing huge traffic delays. The fire truck's just sitting like, wait a minute, guy. What are you doing?
We're in a fire truck. We're literally 19 times the size of your vehicle.
Yeah. So he backs in. I mean, they say it's
repeated.
They say they refer to as driver. This doesn't seem like a female thing. I'm making an assumption, but I think it's a fair one. It's probably a guy who's doing this, but
okay.
I can't say for certain, but I think it's a guy. Smashes into the back of the fire truck, and the story doesn't end there. Because if it ended there, like, yeah, I've had a nickel for every time I've heard that story.
Yeah.
So then a half hour later, police respond to another hit and run incident. This is some ways away, also in Seattle. It's on Aurora area.
Okay.
On Aurora Avenue North, a suspect driving a vehicle with the same description, a silver Honda Accord,
some red paint on the
who has severe rear end damage, consistent with what we just saw in that video. And Laura, if we can just continue playing that video for a minute? That's just, it's so wild.
It's too good to watch once. Yeah,
you got to see it again here. Look at the way that this person smashes in. I can only assume this is in some drug-induced stupor that they're making this decision.
Clearly some decision-making capabilities have been altered and impaired. Clearly.
This is the definition of impaired driving.
Seriously.
Okay, so here's where the story gets crazy, and I don't understand this.
Wait a minute. This is where the story gets crazy?
It gets crazier,
okay.
If you can imagine.
I'm intrigued.
And I would love somebody from law enforcement, specifically, I would love somebody from SPD high ranks to explain this to us, because I do not understand what happens next. Okay, listen to this. So half hour later, same vehicle, same description of a vehicle.
Right.
Severe rear end damage. A witness, again, involved in another incident. A witness says that the suspect was attempting to hit pedestrians now. So first it was a fire truck, and they said, all right, well, we've done that. That's easy. Maybe we can hit pedestrians. I don't know what the mental process is of this person.
Well, you get smaller fish.
Yeah.
I couldn't bring down the big red truck. Let's try for a walker.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, let's try something a little easier.
Maybe the whippets were wearing off.
So attempting to hit pedestrians and other cars in the same descripted vehicle. Also still inhaling gas from balloons. I assume it's still a whippet situation, unless they pulled over somewhere and were just inhaling helium. So it would sound hilarious. Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. Get out of the way. So police determined this is the same suspect who hit the fire truck. This feels pretty obvious, kind of not a huge jump there.
A couple indicators there, yeah.
So then, and this is the part that confuses me, and I don't get this, and I would love SPD's explanation of this. SPD chases this vehicle, who is now has a propensity for hitting fire trucks and pedestrians. But when the speed reaches 85 miles an hour, the officer terminates the chase due to safety concerns because they don't want to hurt anyone in a police chase. Now, I know until recently, I think it was it July of this last year or June or July of this last year when they ended that stupid non-pursuit law. Remember they had that non-pursuit law?
Of course.
It didn't make any sense. And then carjackings went through the roof and everybody was just
Property
ignoring.
crimes, people were dragging ATMs down the streets.
Yeah.
And cops couldn't pursue.
And cops couldn't pursue because it was against the law for them to do so. And so thank God that law was changed so you can pursue. But for whatever reason, SPD decides. Now, a question for you and for the audience here, for you listeners out there. When should the SPD be pursuing people? Because in my head, if I have a car who's already shown to be dramatically impaired, or hugely impaired, literally offering whippets to firefighters in traffic.
Love your work. You guys are doing a great job.
You guys are doing a great job. And then smashing and trying to hit pedestrians. Isn't that the guy that you keep pursuing? You don't give up on that guy because he's already shown. Because the argument, Spike, and again, I might be wrong about this. I'm not a cop. But the argument is you don't want to pursue somebody because it could further endanger the public in a high-speed chase.
That was the argument made for not chasing ne'er-do-wells, car thieves, whatnots, because I love that. And there was also cited to be a flawed study. Remember that from the UW that justified? Mm-hmm. They come up with really just unsupported claims of multiple repeated high-speed chases leading to injuries, which they couldn't back up.
Yeah, scratch a lie, find a thief. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, but wasn't the parameters? The previous parameters were they had to have committed a violent crime.
Yeah, they would have had. I think they would have had to have shown that they were a danger to the public, even if they weren't in the vehicle speeding. Right.
Well,
if they were pursuing somebody who was wanted for an assault, or
I thought that at one point the standard was you had to have witnessed someone committing
and you had to have
violent crime or crime with a gun.
Something like that.
I'm reaching back into my dustbin of memory.
What it was is impossibly high standards, which basically meant that there was almost no situation which rose to the level where police would pursue.
And those were course corrected when common sense won the day.
Were. Until you have a person who's literally offering whippets to Seattle Fire Department firefighters, and then also trying to hit pedestrians per reports, and then you stop pursuing at 85. I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
It seems and if I read the story correctly, there was some additional information that the officer in the chase determined on his own, given the training and guidelines he'd been provided.
Yeah, it says officer terminated the chase.
It wasn't like he radioed into the main office and they said, okay, no. Protocol says you stop chasing when you hit 85 or whatever the numbers are. But to your point, what is a greater risk to the public at large? A guy who is driving 85 miles an hour, or a guy who has already exhibited offering drugs to firemen behind the wheel, using drugs behind the wheel, and then trying to hit
pedestrians.
That is a danger to everybody.
And you're hitting pedestrians not because police are chasing you, but because
you think it's human bowling night on Aurora Avenue.
Because he's high as a kite, probably.
Yeah.
Like for me, if I was in charge of the SPD, I'd say, hey, you know what? In this case, go ahead and do a pit maneuver, whatever the thing is. Spin this guy out.
He has clearly exposed himself as a danger to the public.
I would think so.
Yeah.
I don't know what situation would rise to the level of a police chase if not this.
What's he got to do?
Or does this mean, and I would love SPD to answer this question, does this mean that they just never pursue somebody over 85? It's like suddenly Back to the Future. Once you hit 88 miles per hour,
shuts down.
It's gone. This doesn't make any sense. Like, is that
for the flaming tire tracks?
That's probably
on the
a poster. If somebody could send us that poster inside SPD, it's just like flaming tire tracks with the number 85.
Marty,
if you see this, this car's gone. Don't pursue it. Don't you dare pursue it, Marty.
If every police car has a flux capacitor, we're doomed.
Isn't that crazy? That seems crazy to me.
He said, does it say where on Aurora this was?
Yeah, it says.
I know the Seattle
3500 block Aurora Avenue.
Oh, that's man. I was thinking maybe was it the Seattle city limit? Did the guy run out of his jurisdiction?
No, he's well in Seattle.
Back in the Carolina, moonshiner days, you make it to the county line. Like half the Springsteen songs I know.
Did this
you
police
make it to
officer
the
have
county
to go?
line and watch his taillights disappear?
Yeah. Was he on his way to lunch or something? I don't know
that's an ugly stereotype. There is a donut shop close by on the right. The Mighty Donuts is up there.
That's less ugly.
Yeah.
Honestly, they need to pursue people like this to keep us safe. I mean, this
guy's still at large, right?
Still at large, yeah. And so if you see anybody out there who offers you whippets in a
slightly damaged silver Honda
Accord,
red paint on the tail end,
please call 911.
Driver's quarter panel.
And if you want to make an anonymous tip, Seattle Police Department, you can call 206-233-5000, 233-5000, and you can tell them where to find this ne'er-do-well. Thank God he didn't kill anyone.
Yet?
He killed someone.
Yet?
Can
we put that out there?
Yeah, absolutely.
I would like to find out what the new guidelines are.
Yeah.
I thought we had a common sense approach now to not letting bad guys just drive away.
It's more of a guideline.
Yeah. It's a pleasant suggestion.
Not as much. Yeah, ridiculous. All right. Speaking of ridiculous, can we tell you this other story? It's this thing for Bob Ferguson just getting worse and worse. Can we talk about Bob Ferguson for a minute? This feels like a turd Ferguson to me.
It's smelling.
Laura, can you find the turd Ferguson
more and more
drop? Because I don't have it in front of me, and I feel like it needs to be played. All right. We told you last week about that flight, Bob Ferguson's. About a month ago, the flight happened, but they just found out about it.
Because a governor's staffer from the governor's office
on Friday
in a Zoom meeting, right?
Mm-hmm. Internal Zoom meeting had surreptitiously recorded the Zoom meeting and leaked it to the press because
our man Mike Webb was given a free seat on an official. Well, I'm speaking in the collective
governor's man. Sounds like
Fergie's man Mike Webb was given a free seat and a free ride in a government
funded
plane.
jet.
Yeah,
absolutely to the
Eastern
Tri-Cities
Washington.
and joined him at a bunch of events.
Yeah, and made several staffers quite uncomfortable given his history. And especially the history of his departure from the Fergosphere.
So he was his chief of staff. Mike Webb was his chief of staff for a number of years.
AG, yeah.
And when he was elected governor in March, Mike Webb had to step down because there was these allegations against him by some female staffers.
Yep,
they don't say specifically who.
No. Didn't say former.
And so he steps down and he claims that he stepped down because he wanted to help avoid distraction, as the governor's ramping up his new office. Yeah. Yada, yada, yada. Anyway, so then the story breaks that Ferguson had invited him on this trip to the Tri-Cities because Mike Webb just happened to have business also in the Tri-Cities.
And an empty seat is a waste of taxpayer money.
Well,
that was the rationale, right? That's why he offered it.
No, I don't think
we had
an
empty seat.
I don't think it was because it was of use to the taxpayer that he go. I don't think he was making that argument.
Well, no, but I was taking it one step further.
Oh,
okay. An empty seat goes to waste. You don't want an empty seat to go to waste. We have this empty seat on this small plane going over.
You burn more with weight on a plane, so you can actually make an argument that it's actually costing more to have him on the flight. But
interesting.
Plus, also, I don't know how many Diet Cokes this guy's drinking. I imagine a lot. That's taxpayer-funded Cokes. Anyway, so this guy goes to the trip. People are upset about it. They voice their concerns with Governor Ferguson, and they say, hey, you know what? That was not great because it puts us in a weird position to be on a plane with this guy who we're uncomfortable with, and yada, yada, yada. He was also hugging everybody. He hugged everyone on the plane, he said.
There was no uncomfortable. I was very welcomed. Yeah. Hugged everybody on the plane, I did.
Hugged everyone. That was real. He actually said that. It was just strange.
Tone deaf.
So this was the story Friday, and now Axios has a story today and says that Governor Ferguson was actually aware, going back all the way to 2019, about these allegations, that these allegations go back years with this guy, Mike Webb.
Yeah.
And the allegations originally were discovered when they were doing an audit of a nonprofit that was connected through some means with, I don't know how Mike Webb had a connection there, but something through the Attorney General's office.
Yeah, funding for this nonprofit was going through the channels of the state's budget appropriations where they deal out resources to various nonprofits.
And Webb was connected via yada, loose connection.
He had a consensual sexual relationship with a member of the nonprofit.
Well, listen to this. So the State Auditor's Office is doing this investigation. They find this information about Webb, and they reach out to the governor's office and his chief of staff at the time, Shane Escabel, and they say, hey, we've got this information. We want to give you a chance to respond to these allegations that have surfaced during this fraud audit. They also found that information so serious that they actually shared that information also with the FBI. which is, I don't know if they had to because of nonprofit status or what the reason was, but they felt like, all right, we need to share this information with the FBI. So the allegations against him were, one, a report surfaced, this is from Axios. One report that surfaced during the 2019 audit was that Webb allegedly had a sexual encounter with one of the nonprofit employees, something Webb denies. According to FBI notes, the nonprofit employee said the sexual encounter was consensual, but she did, quote, did feel some pressure from Webb, whose role in the Attorney General's office gave him some responsibility for approving payments. That's, again, these are allegations. It's not proven, but if there is some sex for money, idea, then that's not good.
Or the position of power he was in.
Yeah.
The nonprofit employee said, I felt I had to acquiesce to this in a consensual nature so that we may get the funding we're seeking through this from the state resources.
A separate is another thing that happened. A former colleague of Webb's said he also called her in 2019 to ask what she told the audit team. So he wanted to know what she said about him. She told the auditors that the call felt intimidating per state and FBI records. Maybe that's what they refer to as the FBI.
Yeah.
Webb claims that he only called the woman to, quote, get her perspective. So anyway, they give all this information to Ferguson, who has all this information. He and his head chief of staff there, Escobar. And they basically say, well, we decided nothing to be done about it. They didn't do anything about it.
Well, because the woman had never filed charges, had said that it was consensual.
We talked about it. So what about the intimidating call, the alleged intimidating call?
She said she felt it was intimidating. But that's somebody's feelings. I'm not discounting her feelings, and I'm sure she felt that way.
Here's what
when you talk about criminal action against somebody, it takes a pretty high bar.
Here's what they said. They said, obviously, I worked with Shane back then. Ferguson told staff on Friday. He said, we talked about it at some length. What was the best way to approach this? And we felt that was the right way to handle this at the time. Now, Webb has since stepped down. I don't know if it's because of these allegations or other allegations.
A whole new batch of harassing behaviors, allegedly.
But they claim it wasn't a story. The state auditor's office is saying, actually, no, we think it's quite a story, which is why we referred it to the FBI. And now Ferguson is basically just not making himself available to answer questions about this.
You ever heard the saying that when you pull on a thread, right, and everything starts to unravel?
Yeah, 100%.
This is it. And this thank goodness,
isn't it
somebody in his office recorded the Zoom call about the seat.
Yeah.
Because this was still going on.
Don't you think?
The relationship with Webb and the Gov.
Don't you think it's fair for we, the public? I mean, this guy's a state employee. He's our employee. We pay his salary.
You mean Ferguson, you mean?
Ferguson.
Yeah,
Don't you think it's fair for people that want to understand his thought process? You have this guy who has his allegations, literally referred to the FBI. There's a question about whether or not he was having sex with somebody at a nonprofit in return for approving of nonprofit funds. There's another person who claims there's intimidating phone calls made, and yet this is still the guy that ends up on Ferguson's plane after Ferguson knows all this years in advance.
This guy was, Webb was still the chief of staff.
Yeah,
after all these allegations and investigations and referrals to the FBI.
It's a great question.
It's a call to questioning judgment here by the turd Ferguson.
I heard Ferguson,
the governor.
I hope he answers some questions.
I hope so.
I hope he makes himself available. We'd love to ask him some of these questions.
Sure.
Turd Ferguson. It's a funny name.
There you go. When we come back, Spike, you did something idiotic over the weekend at your house.
I kind of forgot what common sense looks like.
I did too. I was so excited to tell you about it. As it turns out, Laura did as well. So we're going to compare our idiot stories, and then our audience is going to be able to text in and vote who's the biggest idiot of the day. Does that sound fun?
I think it's going to be me.
You think it's going to be you?
Yep.
You wish.
No. Mine literally almost cost me my life, and I will tell you about it when we get back. And
I
Spike,
can't wait.
You almost didn't make it in today.
I still think I'm the winner here.
All right.
Wait till you hear the level of stupidity expressed in my house.
You guys can vote when we get back. Stick around. Be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Caesars Sportsbook at Muckleshoot Casino.
If you're thinking about renovating an attic, spending more time in your sunroom, or building onto your home, a Carrier ductless unit is the perfect solution for climate control. It's efficient, quiet, and incredibly flexible when it comes to installation because there's no ductwork required. It's just one more way we're making your home totally comfortable.
Your local Carrier heating and cooling dealer will improve your home's comfort, air quality, and efficiency. Visit CarrierNorthwest.com to find the expert near you. Carrier, turn to the experts.
Hey, Spike O'Neill for Sharp Vision, Modern LASIK and Lens. You know, my vision all my life was perfect. I never had to worry about my eyesight. I had eagle eyes, 20/20 vision. And then over this time took its toll, and about 10 years or so, I noticed some deterioration in my vision quality. I needed reading glasses. I could never find them when I needed them. I was always buying reading glasses. Decided to do something about it and went over to see the folks at Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens over in Bellevue. Dr. Sharp and his team gave me a comprehensive eye exam, found that I had the beginnings of cataract, and I was a perfect candidate for refractive lens exchange surgery. Now, I had a lot of questions, as anybody would. They put me at ease, answered all my questions. I had the same care team from start to finish. And after one afternoon, quick procedure, and a couple weeks of recovery, I now have the best vision of my life, not just 20/20. I have 20/10 vision, and I will never need readers again, and I will never develop cataract. Why don't you give the folks at Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens a call at 425-451-2020. That's 425-451-2020, or go online to sharp-vision.com, sharp with an E-vision.com, official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
The summer warehouse clearance sale is on now at Bob's Heating. We have an overstock of 2024 cooling equipment, and everything must go. Save 30% on all 2024 air conditioners and heat pumps while inventory lasts. Once these units are gone, they're gone, so now is your chance to save. As temperatures start to heat up, we'll help you cool down with our summer warehouse clearance sale. Call Bob's for your free estimate today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
At Care Partners Senior Living, we believe in providing quality care at an affordable price. Instead of spending on luxury and expensive art, we invest in our people and accommodations with a focus on compassionate overall health. Our communities offer independent, assisted living, and memory care designed to preserve dignity, independence, in your estate. Affordable, personal, trusted. That's our promise. Please give us a call. We have beautiful Care Partners communities throughout Washington and Arizona. Visit carepartnersliving.com.
Hey, I want to tell you a sellwithwes.com success story. Wes Jones knows how important your home sale can be for your future plans. So when he got a call from Susan in Federal Way, he was eager to step up and help her sell her home of 25 years.
Her house was her biggest asset, and this home sale was super meaningful for her. So she's like, I know that I'm leaving money on the table in the condition that it's in. Like, what can we do?
I told him up front that I did not have the time or finances to do what needed to be done. And he immediately jumped in with, well, I do.
He told her about their Listing Boost concierge service.
We identified probably 4 or 5 major things.
It just was all so fast. They did everything.
I'm a son of a builder, and I've done a lot of flips over the years. So this is work that we actually like to do. We are seeking this out.
And I would just tell anybody, here's his phone number, give him a call. He'll take care of it.
So if you're in the market to sell your home, do what Susan did. Check out Wes Jones and his team at sellwithwes.com. Sell with Wes, a better way to sell your home.
By texting 26022, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from Tax Lien Code. Message and data rates may apply. Terms apply. Available at taxliencode.com.
Imagine waking up and not needing to rush. No commute, no emails, no boss. Just coffee, sunlight, and the freedom to choose. That's the power of tax lien investing. It's been around for over 200 years, used by banks, hedge funds, and the wealthy. And now, finally, it's being taught right here in Seattle. It's secure, predictable, passive income backed by real estate and mandated by state law. And it pays you, sometimes 15 to 35% returns. You don't need to own property. You just need to see how it works and how to do it right. We've taught over 100,000 students, and we'll teach you for free at a live masterclass right here in Seattle. If you're ready to start building real wealth through tax lien investing, this is it. Text LEARN to 26022 to reserve your free seat. That's LEARN to 26022. But hurry, seats are limited. Text LEARN to 26022.
KIRO Newsradio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO Newsradio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win. KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. A new search for Travis Decker, the man wanted for killing his 3 young daughters. That search has been called off after a possible sighting in King County. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon reports.
We know the search was in the Snoqualmie Pass area. The Pacific Crest Trail was one of the spots early on in the search where police thought he might be headed in a potential escape to Canada. The sheriff's office did not say why it called off the search. All it would tell us is that Decker was not found and not if it was a case of mistaken identity.
Decker's been missing since the bodies of his daughters were found at a campsite near Leavenworth June 2nd. A young girl injured in a Gaza airstrike is now being cared for in the Seattle area. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman was at SeaTac Airport when the girl and her family arrived.
And not only did this 12-year-old girl lose both her legs in this recent airstrike, but she lost her father early on in the conflict. Again, she lost her legs while taking shelter at a school during an airstrike recently. She's one of 11 children the group Heal Palestine has brought to the States in order to get that medical treatment they so desperately need.
The U.S. could see more ICE detention centers like Florida's Alligator Alcatraz. CBS's Nicole Skanga spoke with Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem, who's actively looking for more sites.
Noem said the locations DHS is looking at right now are nearby airport runways that she says will help the department efficiently detain and deport individuals. She added she's appealed directly to governors, to state leaders nationwide, so to sort of read their interest in contributing to the Trump administration's detention expansion.
President Trump directed Republicans in Texas to redraw their congressional maps to give Republicans an edge in the midterm elections. But Texas Democratic lawmakers left the state over the weekend to prevent a vote on the new map, saying,
"This is not a Texas issue. This is a national issue. And if we let Greg Abbott and Donald Trump get away with this, it will impact all Americans' lives."
The Texas governor has ordered those lawmakers to return. About 3,200 Boeing workers in the Midwest are on strike. They work in Boeing's defense sector, which makes fighter jets. This worker on what they want:
get more vacation time faster, to have a little more time off for the family, and also to help increase our 401ks.
Boeing says its latest offer would have boosted wages for the workers in Missouri and Illinois by an average of 40%. On Wall Street, the Dow is up 541 points. NASDAQ ahead 354. KIRO Newsradio traffic on the West Seattle Bridge. A rolled over semi has all lanes on the I-5 northbound off-ramp to Spokane Street closed. This is going to take a while to clear. This already has you backing up on I-5 northbound nearly to Boeing Field. And you have significant backups on either side of the Hood Canal Bridge due to bridge closures for marine traffic. Traffic brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance. Save up to 25% on new air conditioning and heat pumps during the final days of the Home Comfort Alliance warehouse clearance sale. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 64 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Just give you a little peek behind the curtain before we start the show every day. We always kind of chat about, what's going on in our lives, things that might be interesting for the listeners, just ways we can relate to each other, yada, yada, yada. So, it being the weekend, I just was doing a ton of stuff around the house, getting a lot of housework done, and you told me, Spike, that you had a very scary incident happened. Laura also, and there's a home improvement thing that you were doing.
Working around the house.
Laura, you also. I want to start with Laura's story, and then we're going to branch out to Spike and I.
Oh my gosh. Okay, no pressure.
And as you guys are listening, here's what I want you to do, just because it's fun for us. I want you to text us and see who you think is the bigger idiot. Because we all said we didn't want to tell each other. So Spike, I have no idea what your story is.
Gotcha.
Laura, I have no idea what your story is. I imagine it involves a cat, but I don't know that. I have not told you what mine is, but I think mine was the most dangerous by far. So I felt like the biggest idiot. So this is your opportunity. We're actually encouraging you to call us idiots. So 888-973-5476. You can text us after hearing these stories and let us know which one of us was the bigger idiot. And then the winner will be crowned and we'll be idiot for the day, which might be a new thing we do on the show.
Idiot of the day.
Which might be fun.
You have to wear a dumb helmet.
Yeah, like a dunce cap. Just
wonderful idea.
You know what we'll do? Here's what we'll do. This will be fun. Whoever's the idiot for the day, we'll take a picture. We'll make a dunce cap out of paper or something, and we'll take a picture and we'll post it on some social stupid thing. But Laura, what did you do that was such an idiot? Why are you the biggest idiot of the day?
I almost poisoned 16 people at a birthday party.
Oh, that's pretty
Say.
Pretty good, right?
How did you do that?
Wow.
So I sprayed my oven with Easy Off cleaner and then completely forgot about it and started baking a birthday cake for a friend's party in the oven. And it was perfectly done. It was like the best cake I'd ever done. And I realized only because I tried to turn on the oven light to check it and I couldn't see in. And I thought, what is that blocking the glass on the inside? And then it all snapped together and I realized it's lye. It's toxic chemical fumes that when I sprayed in the oven, I started coughing so badly I had to open all my doors and windows.
Well, what are you supposed to do when you spray it in? You're supposed to like do the cleaning cycle so it cooks it off or something?
You spray it in, you let it sit overnight, and then you come back and you
wipe it clean.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I
then,
forgot the wiping it clean part.
And then you run the cleaning cycle of your oven at 500 plus degrees to burn off any residue.
Off the fumes.
So you just directly cook. It's almost like you added it to the mixture.
Seriously.
Poison cake.
Oh my God. That's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I had to run to QFC, get new ingredients, frantically redo the cake, and then quietly serve it and not tell anyone about this mishap because I didn't want to freak people out. And everyone kept saying, oh, it's so good. And I was like,
in that timeline, when did you clean the oven before you made the second cake? Because I didn't hear that mentioned.
I looked it up on Google. Apparently, vinegar
neutralizes
lye,
Nice.
which is the primary ingredient. So I did a vinegar clean and then water and also burned it at like 400 degrees for 20 minutes while I was redoing the batter.
Smart. Vinegar is actually a really great all-natural cleaner. I use it all the time.
Yeah, and I'm going to use that now instead of Easy Off.
Good for you. That's pretty bad. That's pretty
bad,
idiotic.
right?
That's pretty idiotic.
You might win.
And here's the worst part. I called my mom and said, do you think I can still serve this cake?
She's like, no, you cannot. Please do
She
not.
said no.
You're
And
gonna kill
also,
people.
the salmon that I'd made for myself and my mom the night before was also baked in this oven. So
Did you
with the
serve
lye?
that?
Yeah.
And you ate it.
Yeah, unwittingly.
I guess you'll find out shortly whether or not having.
There's no abdominal bleeding yet.
No, you're
that
good.
I'm aware of. Yeah.
It's usually in the first 36 hours.
Oh
I
my God,
found.
when you look up the symptoms for this, it's like nausea, vomiting, internal bleeding.
Oh,
so bad. Anyway, so that was my idiot
I'm texting
moment.
in right now. You get my vote. 888-973-5476. Who's the biggest idiot? Spike, that feels like a good cue up for you.
I feel like I should even tap out on this. I don't have a shot. So I'm doing some work around the house while all my family was out of town. We talked about this last week. I was a bachelor, me and the pup. It's home all weekend
You still
long.
are for half this week.
Still are.
Love you, dog.
Still am. We are. I'm painting the exterior of my house. I've got some fascia, some trim boards around the perimeter of the house. And when we got a new roof put on not too long ago, we replaced a couple of rotting boards. And they weren't painted. And they were they really stood out. I have dark brown trim, these, wood-colored, natural-colored boards. And so I figured, let's get this done while the missus is out of town. So naturally, I get the ladder out.
God, what a sweet husband. She comes back and you have
It's all
taken
done.
care
Yeah,
of this?
It's all done.
Yeah.
It'll be done. Off the. So I get out there and I put up first rule number 1. I'm laddering alone with nobody in the house to spot me or to hear my screams of help if I were to fall.
Super bad idea.
Super bad idea. And now couple this with the fact that I have to access the roof from a kind of a little Juliet balcony on our second floor rear of the house. So the ladder's at a pretty precarious
So you're on a ladder on a deck.
On a deck.
Okay.
Ladder on a deck. The deck is only 4 foot wide.
Yeah.
So I don't have a lot of angle to the ladder. It's almost straight up and down.
Yeah.
And I climb up and I get on the roof, no problem. And I'm up there and I'm up on the roof alone with no tie-offs.
Oh, my God.
Even though I noticed.
You don't have any tie-offs on your roof?
No. Well, here's the thing.
You must now.
I do now because the good folks, and this isn't a paid advertisement, but Integrity, when they put my roof on, first time I've done this since the roof got put on, there are tie-offs up there now built into my roof line. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't bother to use a rope or a tie-off. I'm up there just painting, and I'm laying on my side, reaching over, painting, because I can't get a ladder to that part of the house. I'm painting over, reaching over, painting the trim work. I go to get off the ladder. I go to come down off the roof, and I'm taking my time. And the ladder leans, as I step on it, leans away from the house, and I have to luckily get a hand on the roof line to hold
like
me.
Chevy Chase. You remember when Chevy Chase is doing his lights and his ladder just goes down?
It was one of those moments, and literally the ladder, it almost hit the tipping point to tip off the deck.
What would you have done?
Fall. I'd have been stuck on the roof.
Did you have your phone?
No, of course not. My phone was down on the deck powering the Bluetooth speaker.
Sure.
So I could have great rock tunes.
What were you listening to?
Rolling Stones' Some Girls album, 1978.
Pretty good.
And the song "Shattered" was playing. Ironically enough.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm looking. I'm up there, and after it happened, and I studied the ladder, and I brought it back over. I'm like, that was insanely close to being incredibly stupid, idiotic stupid.
Wow.
The whole thing was idiotic stupid, Spike.
I'm like, why
were you up there in the first place?
I didn't kill anybody, okay? Back off.
Yeah, you almost killed a dozen plus people.
I'm thinking at this point, I'm looking at the distance between my house and my neighbor's house.
Can I jump in?
And I honestly thought, if the ladder falls away, rather than try to, hold on to a second floor roof line and drop to the yard below, I could make it to my neighbor's roof and then jump down onto their deck, which is a smaller jump. I'm contemplating this up on the roof. Anyway, that's...
You dehydrated? Like, why were you making such stupid decisions?
I don't think I don't know, because I'm an idiot.
I guess you're up there. You're in an unfamiliar environment.
Yeah,
your blood's pumping.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was I did the stupid job of going up alone.
Yeah,
I just had to get it done.
No, you need a spotter.
You gotta have a spotter with a ladder. So that's my idiotic.
That's pretty idiotic.
Pretty
so people
move.
can vote 888-973-5476. I gotta be honest. I think I got you both beat.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I think I got you both beat.
She lie cake. You remember the lie cake story? You remember the story? Did you hear our story?
I remember. My wife was
poison cake.
My wife was gone when this happened. I'm going to share this for you when we get back. But it was in front of my 4 sons. I did the stupidest thing you could possibly do. I'm surprised neither of you have noticed the after effects either. But I'll tell you about it next.
Okay.
Stick around. We'll be right back.
Planning a road trip? Plan a visit to your neighborhood Bucky's Complete Auto Repair for oil changes, brakes, AC repair, and factory maintenance. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Visit buckys.com.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Need a new roof, a deck, siding, windows? Get up to $3,000 off any new installation. Hi, it's Justin Shirley, CEO of State Roofing and Exteriors. Home projects can add up fast, but we're here to help you save big. Book now and lock in up to $3,000 off in savings. That's $3,000 off any new installation. Call 866-ROOF-ROOF or visit stateroofing.com to schedule your free estimate today. State Roofing and Exteriors, held to a higher standard since 1968.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm. A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens has given me back clear vision. They've performed over 80,000 successful lens replacement surgeries. At Sharp Vision, you'll get the best price combined with the best experience. Sharp-vision.com. That's sharp with an E, -vision.com.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery. so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done. This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRANGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Step into Seahawks game day at the Pro Shop, where the roar of the 12s begins. And official Seahawks gear is always within reach.
Touchdown, Seahawks!
This is the Pro Shop. Visit the official store of the Seattle Seahawks, located at Lumen Field and the Landing in Renton.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to UP Refuse and Recycling.
All right, welcome back to the show. Spike and Laura and myself, we're all comparing our idiot adventures from over the weekend. We're asking you, the audience, to vote on who you think is the biggest idiot. You can do that at 888-973-5476. Just text in either Jake or Spike or Laura is an idiot. It's the only time we really encourage you guys to call us names.
Yeah, come on. We love feedback, but keep it kind.
Yeah. But it's fun. It's all in good fun.
Yeah, it is.
So Laura's story was that she accidentally almost poisoned 16 people with a poison cake, which she did fix, though, before she took it over. So that was nice.
But I did have to ask.
But she did ask her mom if she was allowed to serve the poison cake.
Is it okay if I serve it anyway?
It didn't smell different.
Yeah.
Spike, you were up on a roof and by yourself.
I was alone at home.
While your wife was out of town.
Yeah.
And nearly got stuck up there because the ladder started to fall over and you had no way of getting down.
I could have fallen. I almost went with the ladder.
You almost went with the ladder?
Yeah. And that would have been, if at the worst case scenario, I'm stuck on the roof alone.
And your roof has tie-offs and you chose not to use them for some reason. And you're cleaning the fascia boards, which is tedious. And you're painting, and so you're having to lean over the side.
Yeah, stupid.
So here's what I did, which I think is very idiotic and stupid and avoidable, and nobody should do this. And yet I've almost done it to myself many times, but this is like the worst that's ever happened. So over the weekend, I'm making a big breakfast. Early Sunday morning, my mother-in-law's in town, so she's going to come over and she's going to have breakfast with us.
Lovely.
It's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. My wife is looking forward to it. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to go all out. I'm going to barbecue some sausage, which I like to do. I don't like cooking inside. It's too smoky.
It does. It's got that meat.
And I like that barbecue taste.
Yeah, it's the greatest.
Anyway, so I'm barbecuing sausage. So I go out to the grill, and my electric start on the grill stopped working a long time ago.
Okay.
And so you know where I'm going with this.
I do. And I just noticed you got a haircut.
Yes, I did.
Okay.
And so I turn on the gas, and my wife is gone. She's like off. She got up early to go do whatever she was doing. And so she's not at home for like probably an hour. My mother-in-law is not yet there. So I just have the 4 boys, and they're all just like in some close proximity. My oldest is standing on the deck with me, asking me about something.
Distracting you.
Distracting me.
Yeah.
I have the gas on, and my lighter that I normally light it with is out of fuel, the long one.
Sure.
All I had
Love
was
those.
a little cigar lighter, which is like this long.
An inch and a half tops.
Like an inch and a half tiny little thing.
Go
So I'm having to
blue
reach
torch.
deep down in to light it, and I can't get it. And I'm trying to reach between the grates, and that's not working. So I'm lifting up the grates, and I'm reaching in, and I'm just doing the whole thing stupid. All the while, I have 5 burners on, full blast. So stupid. And now my son is asking me questions. Any parent knows this. Kids are all constantly just like a million questions. It never stops. So he's talking to me about Legos or something. And I'm like trying to answer him questions, and I'm trying to light this thing. And there's a baby nearby. Thank God, not too close by. And so I turn around and answer my son's Lego question, and I turn back and I flick on the lighter, and the ball of fire that blew up around me was shocking. And your reaction speed, I was amazed at at my reaction. I instantly went, whoo, and I like threw my head back real fast.
Yeah.
Thank God my son was on the other side of the deck, so he wasn't in the range of the fireball. But I threw my head back, and instantly I'm smelling singed hair. You may have noticed, look at my arm. You see all the hair gone on my arm?
Oh my gosh, you're so baby smooth.
Isn't
There's
that nice?
nothing on your arm.
Now, I'm already like a light-haired Norwegian blondie, so I don't have normally a ton of hair. But that's it. Yeah, it's all gone. So it's all singed, and it was all black, all that little thing, and it was curled.
Yeah.
My nose hairs also. Now, this was a side benefit because I've gotten a little older. I'm 41 years old. I didn't realize how many nose hairs I had to lose, and so until I'm losing them, and it singed up my nose hairs, and now I look like I've just been to a spa, which is nice. You guys can see it in the cam, maybe. My eyebrows are curled.
Yeah.
I lose a big chunk of hair on the top of my head, so my wife had to give me a haircut. And I almost killed myself in front of my 4 sons with this stupid fireball.
Dude, you really almost killed yourself. I mean,
so dangerous.
I almost maybe sat on the roof until the neighbors came home or something. By the way, they're out of town too.
You thought about jumping.
I did think about jumping to the neighbor's house. I did, but I also didn't have to. You lost eyebrow. You're lucky you have hair. You don't have any hair.
I know. Luckily, it all got caught up in my forest of nose hair.
Oh my!
And I think that actually might have cushioned the.
Your right arm is completely.
It was all my right arm that I was
fine.
leaning in. Yeah.
The other arm's fine. You got hair on the other arm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Not thick hair, but enough.
It's not thick, but it's
there.
there.
I'm a man. But the right arm is.
I didn't notice. I noticed you got a haircut this morning, and I forgot to say something. And I felt bad that I hadn't complimented you on your lovely new haircut. Now I know why.
Anyway, that's my idiotic story. So don't light it with 5 burners. Dude. Protect yourself. And if you're going to kill yourself with
it's that moment where your regular lighter isn't working, and you go for the secondary, and you're letting gas just accumulate and build.
And all the Lego talk. Ridiculous. Yeah. Anyway, don't light barbecues if you're not ready to light barbecues. We have a lot more coming up. Stick around. We're going to be right back. Also, vote on who's the biggest idiot. 888-973-5476. We'll be right back.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
I'm here with Jonathan from DUI Heroes to discuss an easy mistake to make when you get pulled over for DUI.
You don't have to perform voluntary tests like the standardized field sobriety tests or the voluntary preliminary breath test out on the roadside. They're voluntary by nature, which means you can simply say no thank you. You also can ask to speak with a lawyer immediately.
Which is where DUI Heroes comes in. 1-800-DUI-HERO or DUIHeroes.com, your DUI defense specialist.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Do you get sinus infections, congestion, sinus pressure and pain, sinus headaches? You've gone to the doctor. You visit urgent care over and over again. And it's always the same thing, right? Oh, I know. Let's try antibiotics and some nasal sprays. But they just keep coming back. You may suffer with chronic sinus infections. The good news? Relief is possible. How? A minimally invasive procedure called the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic. Imagine a procedure so delicate there are no narcotics. Less cutting means less bleeding, so no packing, and no operating room. The Sinusoft procedure is designed for the clinic. If you suffer with chronic sinus infections, facial pain, pressure, and congestion, find out if the Sinusoft procedure, available only at the Modern Nose Clinic, is the solution for you. Call and set an appointment today. 206-388-2770. 206-388-2770. That's 206-388-2770.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. To celebrate, Bathfitter's offering payments as low as $125 a month. Ursula Royteen here. I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This special offer won't last.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts.
I'm Matt Piper. Time's up in Texas. Legislators are set to reconvene this hour to vote on redistricting maps ahead of the 2026 midterms. Problem is, many Democrats have fled the state in order to miss the vote. Legal analyst Jessica Levinson says Texas's governor wants everyone back now.
What Greg Abbott is relying on is a essentially advisory opinion from the Texas Attorney General's office. That's not binding. And that opinion says in part that when there's a vacancy, basically you can go to court and say, we think that this person forfeited their office.
To California, where the Gifford fire in Santa Barbara County has scorched more than 60,000 acres. As our Jason Allen reports from there, evacuations are underway.
This is not an area where there are high population centers, but there are homes, there are ranches. Firefighters, 1,000 that are working on this right now, have been trying to protect more than 400 structures, and there are evacuation orders in place.
Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem says so-called Alligator Alcatraz in Florida will serve as a model for state-run migrant detention centers in other places. Our Nicole Skanga spoke to Noem.
She hopes to launch really a handful of these detention centers in multiple airports and jails in the coming months. Potential sites are already under consideration in Arizona, Nebraska, and Louisiana.
On the Health Watch, growing up in a rural area could raise the risk of developing type 1 diabetes. CBS's Michael George has that.
A study in Sweden found people who spent the first 5 years of their lives in rural communities had a 30 to 80% higher risk of being diagnosed with type 1 diabetes compared to people who grew up in cities. The reasons aren't clear, but scientists say it could be environmental or that living in cities exposes people to more viral infections, improving immunity.
A downshift in sales of electric vehicles in one state that was pushing for them. KCBS's Kathy Whitman.
California has led the way in electric car sales, but the number of EVs on the road is now lower this year than last, according to a pair of reports released by the California Energy Commission and the state's New Car Dealers Association.
People who want EVs have bought them, and the rest of the population isn't ready to make that jump yet.
Carl Brower with iSeeCars.com says also free carpool lane stickers are going away, and federal tax incentives expire at the end of September.
The State Department is set to roll out a pilot program that may require foreign nationals from certain countries seeking business or tourism visas to post a bond of up to $15,000. Under the program, the bonds may be required for travelers from countries that the State Department says have high rates of visa overstays. This is CBS News.
Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Gunfire in Seattle's Soto District. The story coming up at first. KIRO Newsradio traffic. On the West Seattle Bridge, a rolled-over semi has all lanes on the I-5 northbound off-ramp to Spokane Street closed. This is going to take a while to clear. And you are backed up on I-5 northbound nearly to Boeing Field. In Tacoma, a disabled vehicle is blocking a lane on I-5 northbound at Portland Avenue. The express lanes were open northbound all morning because of construction near the Ship Canal Bridge, putting pressure on your southbound drive. But right now, travel times southbound Linwood to Seattle and Alderwood to South Center on I-405 are running just fine. Traffic brought to you by Closets by Design. Custom storage solutions for closets, garages, home offices, and more. ClosetsByDesign.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle. KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM. Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Heather Bosch. Seattle Police Chief Sean Barnes is expected to speak in half an hour about recent gun violence. 3 people killed in just 4 days. That includes 2 shootings early yesterday in the Soto district. A witness telling KIRO 7 TV.
I'd estimate maybe 30-something gunshots because it sounded like there was multiple weapons involved.
Officers say they found a teenager who'd been shot in the leg and a man with a gunshot wound to the chest. That man died. A couple of hours later, officers found a man dead in a parking lot. It's unclear if those shootings are connected. In the third shooting, a man was killed outside a church in Seattle's University District. A vigil for the victim, 28-year-old LeBron Javon, was held outside the church yesterday.
We're not going to allow the devil to write the next chapter.
Police tell KIRO 7 TV they believe it was a targeted attack. The church is offering a $50,000 reward for information leading to an arrest. Seattle police are searching for an arsonist after 5 suspicious fires last week, including one that badly damaged a Columbia City funeral home. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha reports.
Nita Borja Martin died in mid-July due to colon cancer. Her family understand that. What they do not understand is why anyone would set fire to the funeral home that was set to honor and celebrate her life. Christian Martin admits Columbia Funeral helped them find alternate sites, but says it should never have come to that.
I don't get why somebody would do that, to be honest with you.
This family, already processing a loss of their loved one, say they nearly lost the chance to truly say goodbye.
The interim director of one of Washington state's largest health agencies says because of federal cuts to Medicaid, it's facing a budget shortfall and layoffs are unavoidable. The healthcare authority manages Apple Health and other programs for nearly 2.7 million people across our state. The Washington State Standard reports it's unclear just how many jobs could be lost. Mariners superstar Julio Rodriguez makes history.
It is gone!
Yesterday, he became the first player in MLB history to hit 20 home runs and steal 20 bases in the first 4 years of their careers. His 20th home run yesterday came in the 4th inning in the game against Texas. The M's beat the Rangers 5-4. This weather update brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Partly cloudy today with highs in the mid-70s. It's 67 in downtown Seattle. I'm Heather Bosch.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO Newsradio.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down. 2 hours to go. Laura, who's in the lead right now in our biggest idiot of the day competition?
I'm tallying the votes for an official count, but I do believe it's you, Jake.
So far?
So far.
A lot of other people can vote in, though. You guys can still vote. 888-973-5476. Laura almost baked a poison cake. Spike almost fell off of his roof doing something stupid.
Alone.
And I almost
stupid part.
Blew myself up with a barbecue in front of my children. So those three are pretty idiotic things, and you guys can decide. 888-973-5476. Maybe by a little later in this hour, we can tell people who the winner is. All right, a lot of stuff to get to in this hour, a lot of stuff to chat about. There's a couple stories which I think go really nicely together, and we should chat about. The first is, and we had it here in My Northwest, I think Heather had this story, actually. It was really great. Actually, it's not great, but it is interesting. Washington State, when you think about Washington State, when you think about Seattle, there used to be this thing where I would walk, like I remember it was news relevant. There was news stories about how many high-rise construction equipment like cranes were in downtown. Do you remember that?
Sure, the crane was the official state bird of Washington.
You're right. It was, and that was like a joke. And when would you say that was, year-wise?
We had it, in the early 90s. There was a real boom when downtown Seattle was really exploding. South Lake Union was exploding.
More recently, though, I felt like
up to maybe 4 years ago.
Okay,
when Amazon decided that it was going to reinvent downtown. You look at all the new skyscrapers downtown.
Yeah,
and residentially, it's booming.
And it looks like downtown Seattle now looks like Vancouver did 10 years ago. Have you been to Vancouver, BC?
I have.
In the recent past?
Not in the last 10 years. To be honest with you,
all of the high-rise condos that they have in Vancouver.
Yes, all the view water.
We're now getting a lot of that in Seattle. We didn't have a ton of that before in the downtown sector, but now we do. But anyway, so that's what made this story surprising to me. So Washington State, and there's some opinions about why this is the case. Puget Sound Business Journal had this as well, but you can read about this also at mynorthwest.com. Washington lost more construction jobs than any other state in the past year. And when you think about how much building we have seen here in the past, why are we losing all these construction jobs? So the state saw 11,300 fewer jobs from June 2024 to June 2025. And let's see, analysis at the Associated General Contractors of America had that number. So 11,300 fewer construction jobs. They said the AGC, which is the Associated General Contractors of America, they said there's no question that developers have pulled back or the banks have pulled in lending in the lending chain on them. So they're just not building as much in downtown anymore. Yeah. But why do you think it's struck Seattle so hard, where it's hitting Seattle harder than they say Washington, but primarily those jobs are focused in King County, Seattle.
I think they cited a couple of big factors in this particular story. They're thinking it's on My Northwest.
What do you think?
Interest rates are higher, remarkably higher than they were 5 years ago. They felt at zero during the pandemic, and we had a boom. That's what you mentioned when the last boom of building was when money was free. Zero interest meant people started new projects. They could borrow money with zero interest to do these new construction projects. That has
money was cheaper back
dramatically changed. Also, the fact that we now have a 30% vacancy rate in commercial real estate in Seattle.
For remote work?
But due to remote work.
Yeah.
People aren't working downtown. People aren't working in office space. Almost 1 in 3 office space is empty in Seattle. Who's the guy that just lost all his Selig? Right? Went bankrupt because of so many vacant properties. One of the largest commercial property owners in Seattle just had to declare bankruptcy about a month ago. The story broke. Martin Selig, owner of the largest group of commercial real estate in Seattle, had to declare bankruptcy due to a high debt income to debt or high debt ratio, whatever.
Yeah.
And the empty office space. So why would you build more if you're sitting on 30% empty properties and money is so expensive?
It's not just office space either. It's also home construction.
Well, no, that's the other leg of the stool. Yeah.
So home construction is tough in Seattle. It's really tough. In fact, I was just recently talking to a guy because we were looking to have a project done at our house, and his business primarily operates. I'm not going to say the name of the business, but His business primarily operates on the east side and occasionally in Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm north. I'm up in Snohomish County. And so the question we were talking about, you got to get your permits with the city and that process, how long it takes to get permitted on jobs. He was saying it is a nightmare to get permits pulled in Seattle. The waiting period for certain construction jobs is it makes it very, very difficult.
And not just time and red tape, fees, I should say. Permitting fees and applications and the process to clear hurdles to get projects done in Seattle.
That is an issue, but I think it's also a time is money thing.
Okay. Oh, yeah. The time it takes, sure.
You have these people, you want to get something done on your house, and yet it takes 2 years to get a permit pulled. Like, so let's say you want to put a deck on your house. A 2-year permitting process to put a deck on your house is insane.
Yeah.
And so that's a construction company. They can't make a business out of waiting around for 2 years every time somebody wants to do that. And so you have this huge backlog, which then people are not going to want to work with you if you have a giant super backlog.
Mm-hmm.
So you just move into other areas where it's easier to build things. So in Bellevue, booming in Bellevue because people are able to build things easier. So I do think that's part. It's not only there's a remote work. That's a big part of it.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of contributing factors.
The red tape
that have led to
the red tape that construction companies have to jump through to build things. They also have in King County, and in Washington, more than a lot of other states, we have all these very climate specific things that you have to do to make something climate friendly enough to build it, which is expensive. It
Absolutely.
adds cost.
You bet. You are required to eliminate gas from construction of new commercial real estate projects in the state.
Which then
required to not use natural gas as the primary source of heating and water heating.
Which then leads to Seattle homes. The median home price in Seattle is $766,000 when you spread that out amongst King, Pierce, and Snohomish. But if you're just looking at Seattle itself, the median house price is over $1 million. So when you have also homes are super expensive, then the market slows down, and then there's no need to build houses because people are just priced out of them.
And even if they can't afford to get a loan with the rates they are today.
And they can't. And who wants to pay 8%?
Right.
Or whatever it is
exactly.
today. What is it? I don't know.
It's close to it's almost 7, I think.
Maybe 7. A lot of money.
So it's no surprise that we have lost more construction jobs than any place else in the U.S.
So we lose a lot of construction jobs.
Yeah.
Hopefully, maybe the state can step in and make it a little easier to build for
So what's the solution to that? What can the local administrations, local legislators do?
Easy. Cut red tape so it's not so difficult to build things.
Yeah,
you shouldn't have to wait 2 years to put a deck on your house.
Yeah.
And you're living up to climate standards that may not be reasonable for somebody. I guarantee you are not reasonable for somebody to have to live up to. Jay Inslee puts these things into place. Bob Ferguson then cements them into his legacy, and now it's part of his legacy. It's very difficult. In the rest of the country, they're not held up to these same standards, and those markets are not suffering the same way that our market is. Also, did you see the story? Seattle middle class becoming scarce. Seattle Times had this.
Right?
Yeah. When
you can't afford to live here,
so people move out of state. They go, "Hey, I'd rather live somewhere else."
I've been crying about this for 2 years now. That you have driven a workforce out of Seattle. You can't get people to live here and work here.
Possibly afford to live here.
Can't.
Yeah.
The only people that can afford to live here are living in low end, substandard, or low income assisted living housing.
Seattle Times has this interesting story where basically
subsidized.
What has happened was you now have 2 tiers in Seattle. You have a poor population and you have a pretty wealthy population, and the middle class is kind of going away.
Yeah.
So listen to these numbers. I thought this was kind of crazy. Let's see here. What does it take? First, the question is, how much does it take to be middle class? This is from the Times. The median household income in the U.S. is $77,000 in 2023. So that's, give or take 3% now, which is the most recent census available in most places. This is from Seattle Times. In most places around the country, a household earning somewhere between $50,000 and $99,000 might feel middle class. Now, if you live in or work around King County, $50,000 ain't cutting it.
No. You're renting if you're lucky.
But in Seattle, one of the nation's highest cost of livings, according to Seattle Times, that might be tough to make ends meet on that. And so they then show in Seattle, the census data shows that around 75,000 of Seattle's 364,000 households, that's just 21%, had an income into that more traditional, what the rest of the United States would consider middle income. But what they do have in excess, though, is they have 58% of households are making over $100,000 a year in Seattle. So you actually have more high earners in Seattle than the middle class. But where are all those middle class people disappearing to? Are they just suddenly making more money? Are they just leaving? Are they just saying, hey, we can't cut it here, like you were saying a second ago? We can't afford to stay here, so we've just got to go. Like, where did that number disappear to? That's what's still confusing to me.
I think flight. I think people in Seattle who are making, it says here, around 210,000 people making that at least over 100,000 number, which is 3 times the number that the people making 50 to 99.
Yeah.
I think
so
it's
58% of households are making over 100,000.
Yeah. I think it's much more likely that people have fled the city and higher paid people have moved into the city.
And they might be moving out to Snohomish or Pierce or something.
Yeah, wherever it may be. South, east, north. Everybody's having we see this every time you drive in any direction. You drive 25, 30 minutes in any direction from this city.
Yeah.
And you see what used to be groves of trees now being entire communities.
Yeah.
Bedroom communities or townhouse communities. There's a parking lot of a church up in our neck of the woods, shoreline area, north city limits, right about the city limits. This was a parking lot of a church 2 years ago. Now there are 180 townhouse units in the parking lot of that church.
Unreal.
I mean, it's literally, they're all stacked side by side, 3 stories tall each.
And they're probably what? Starting at $700 each?
They're $850.
Yeah.
As an entry level. For the base model, you can upgrade, of course, to get to the 130s, 140s of these places where you smell what the neighbors are having for dinner. You've got one car garage under your house.
That's wild. They do this. They're doing the same thing up in my area.
Well,
you have all these neighborhoods going in.
You have to, because you need affordable housing everywhere you go. You look up the I-5 corridor as
that affordable housing though?
It is.
800s?
The median's $1 million in Seattle.
What's your payment on 7% of 800s? What are you paying per month on that?
Oh, you got to be paying
$6,000.
Yeah, it's about $550, $580, $6,000, somewhere in there. Yeah. Depending on what you're able to put down these days, nobody can afford 10, 20. And you wonder why kids feel like they'll never be able to buy a home.
This is, yeah, absolutely. Listen, okay, that's a good segue into this audio we should play. We found this. This is some young lady posted this on TikTok. Listen to the amount of money that she has every single month that she has to pay. She's 24 years old. I assume a large part of this is college debt. But listen to this. I don't know her name, but she's drowning in debt. This is crazy. Oh, here's my audio. Here we go.
I am $205,000 in debt at the age of 24, and this is what I pay in monthly bills. So we're going to start out with my portion of rent. That's going to be $550. My phone is a prepaid phone, so that's only $50 a month. My car payment is $378.59.
Dumb.
My private student loan payment is $2,373.35.
Ouch.
My car insurance payment is $379.95, and my federal student loan payment is $283.36. I am paying $4,015.25 in bills every month.
Every month, and she's trying to carve out a life. I think she does have a number here that's probably incorrect. I bet you her car insurance payment, she says $379 a month. I bet you that's every 6 months, because aren't they generally paid twice a year?
I don't know what her situation is. I think I make a monthly car payment.
Do you pay $400 a month for your insurance?
No, but I'm 62.
No, but she's a young female.
That's the high.
Young females are not paying $400 a month for their car insurance, unless she's got
maybe she's got some dings in her.
Maybe she's got 5 wrecks.
Yeah,
Laura, I pay like $70 a month for car insurance, but my car is from 2000, so if anything happened to it, it would be totaled.
Unless she's driving. Well,
she's got a car payment.
She's not driving a super nice car. It's $378.59 a month. That's not a Mercedes. That's not a very nice. I mean, that's an okay car.
She's probably driving a couple 3-year-old car.
Maybe
that's a mid-sized car, or if not compact car.
She's not paying $400.
She's not paying $400. Well,
yeah, that's but it's still it's pennies in the bucket.
I'm more concerned about the $2,400 in private student loan payments and the $283 in federal student loan payments.
So where's that put her? That puts her at like basically $3,000 a month, just in student loan payments.
No student loan payments. She's you're right,
27-ish, whatever. Yeah, $2,700 a month.
A month?
Can you imagine? And think about that: $205,000 in student loan debt. That's what she's. Well, I guess that's not all student loan debt. If she's driving, if she has a car payment of $378.59, maybe it's $20,000 of that is car. So let's call it $175 in student loan debt at 24 years old. That's going to be really tough to dig yourself out from. But whose fault is that?
Well,
is it her fault? Is it the university's fault?
If her student loan is for her degree as a neurological surgeon, she's going to be fine.
Yeah, give her 2 years.
She should be okay through her residency. She'll be fine. But if she can tell you what year that mummy was put in the ground with her degree, she's in trouble.
I'm guessing that she's not a neurosurgeon, just based on because I don't think she's putting out a video like this. This feels to me like
the amount of face piercings tells you she's not a neurosurgeon. So I don't mean to cast judgment, but
no.
They don't get to run an MRI with those kind of nose rings and lip rings.
This feels like kind of a gripe video, like complaining, like I have no way out from underneath this.
Yeah.
And I don't think
self-inflicted wound.
I don't think somebody who has a medical degree and who's now going to be a doctor or a neurosurgeon or something is going to be complaining about $205,000. That's assumed you're going to have that amount of debt. I mean, they take on vast amounts of debt.
You don't get to be a brain surgeon and only rack up $205,000.
Yeah, she'd probably be double that.
She would. Yeah.
Yeah. So, but still. $4,000 a month.
I don't know how you do it.
She's also living in a pretty affordable market. She's paying $550 in rent.
Well, she probably got 5 roommates.
Yeah, probably.
Which is that closet behind you. That's her room. She has to sleep standing up with the other coats.
My very first place in Seattle was I lived with 3 other dudes, at times 4, depending on when we let people just stay with us for a long time. But my room was a converted front, little setting room that wasn't actually even a bedroom.
Full-size room for a mattress.
It was room for a mattress, and I was glad to have it.
Yeah,
and it was I think I paid $450 a month or something like that. But made it affordable. A bunch of us shared one bathroom, so you make it work, you figure it out. But I did not have $200,000.
We don't know what market she's living in, do we? We don't know where she lives. It's not part of the story.
No, but $550 a month in rent is 2025 is not high.
We don't know how many roommates she has or what city she's living in. If she's in, Omaha, Nebraska, $550 a month gets you a lot of house.
The question, though, is if she goes into, obviously this is primarily student loan debt.
Yeah.
What value has she gotten from her student loan? What value has she gotten for that high price? What is she actually getting from it? Is she getting a fantastic job that leads to a long career where she's fulfilled and making a ton of money?
I hope she got good advice going into her educational decisions. And found herself a degree or earned herself a degree in a field that's got growth. The potential for her to earn a living enough to, if you live just to service the debt of your student loan for the rest of your life, you're just servicing the debt of your student loan.
I mean, think of how long she's just going to be paying off the interest. That's insane. And then we have this other story. We don't have time to get to it right now. But on the opposite spectrum of this is there's this interesting thing that's happening where you have these people who are now leaving college $250,000 in debt. It's a very common thing that I hear.
Pretty average number for student debt, yeah.
And then you have this other side who are not going to college in the traditional way, and instead they're building up their experience in the trades, or they're going to some sort of a trade school or something.
Yeah.
There's this 18-year-old kid in Texas who is a high schooler. He just became the first Texas high schooler to ever be certified he passed the state plumbing exam. So now he's a certified plumber.
In high school?
In high school.
Nice
He's already joined a local union.
Wow,
Local 68 plumbing union.
There you go.
He's going to be out there doing plumbing jobs, probably making, I don't know what you're making in Texas doing this, but probably making $80,000 a year.
You're probably, and in Texas, this kid's going to own his home.
He's going to own his own house.
In 5 years, he'll be owning his home, and this other poor young woman is going to be still neck deep in debt.
Ugh.
And he'll be the guy that comes over to turn off her water when she can't pay her water bill. That's the irony of this whole story.
That is the sad irony.
Isn't it nice, though, that the pendulum has swung back to honor and value the trades?
Yes. And when I think about in Washington, we lose 8,300 trade jobs. That's devastating.
It is.
It's devastating because those are good jobs. They pay good money. And it's not people who are only in tech and who most of those people are coming from out of state. Wouldn't it be nice if we had jobs in state for people in Washington who grew up here so we could stay here?
Well, the construction jobs are going away, but electrician jobs, plumbing jobs, those jobs, they're waiting for you.
And they're waiting for you. They pay good wages too. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around, Bareback.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
This is the story of the one. As a lineman, he does whatever it takes to keep the power on in his community. And he wants a partner like Grainger who does the same. Grainger offers the professional-grade products he needs, from voltage detectors to harnesses to hard hats, plus fast, dependable delivery, so he can rise to every challenge. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
A couple years ago, I was in the bathroom at the airport when I dropped my smartphone in the toilet. Not smart. I was multitasking when I should have been focused on the job at hand. Embarrassing, but I'm not alone. According to Google, 7 million other multitaskers accidentally dropped their phones into the bowl last year. A gentle reminder that right now you can get yourself a brand new Samsung Galaxy A36 absolutely free with a $35 plan from Pure Talk. The A36 comes with scratch-resistant Gorilla Glass and a battery that'll last all day, along with unlimited talk, text, and data on America's most dependable 5G network. In other words, it's tough and smart. Something to think about next time you're multitasking in the necessary. Just dial pound 250, say keyword micro to get your free phone today. You can make the switch in just 10 minutes. That's pound 250. Say micro to switch to a no-nonsense smartphone and a company that actually stands for something. Pure Talk.
Are you worried about economic conditions, tariffs, and inflation? Are you tired of trying to time the stock market? Maybe it's time to take a little risk off the table given current market volatility. For stability, there's no better option than Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, a fixed return of 9%. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. We've been running local real estate investment funds for over 18 years with zero investor losses, averaging double-digit returns since inception, and we also accept IRAs. Over 1,000 local investors have invested over $250 million in our Legacy family of funds. Feeling uneasy? Don't gamble your hard-earned money or risk your retirement. Legacy Group's Northwest Fund, returning 9%, has limited openings for new investors right now.
Call 425-635-4700 or visit LegacyG.com. That's LegacyG.com. This is not investment advice. Legacy investments available to accredited investors only. Details at LegacyG.com.
Seattle home prices, well, they just keep going up, and you might be ready to take advantage. If you're getting ready to sell or just moved into a new home, now is the time to get a thorough inspection of your crawl space and attic. And don't do it yourself. You don't want to be crawling around in there. You probably don't even really know what to look for. It's Mike Salk here, and Crawl Pros will go where you don't want to, so you can know if there's anything going on in your crawl space or attic without having to crawl into and evaluate those spaces on your own. A free inspection will let you know if your home is energy efficient and if the air you're breathing is clean and safe. Plus, there are some really great utility rebates available right now to help you with the cost of the new insulation if it's needed. How nice would it be to get someone else to cover that cost? Had them out to my house, and it was a great idea. Did that free corner-to-corner inspection, found some issues, they took the pictures, showed them to me, and then solved the problem. No issues since. If you're worried about critters, mold, water damage, insulation issues, or anything else related to your crawl space or attic, call Crawl Pros or visit crawlpros.com.
Hey, we've got Wes Jones here of sellwithwes.com. Wes, what if I'm a home seller, but I've got a unique property? Maybe I have a lot of acreage or a horse pasture or a castle and a moat or a house with some sort of unique design. Can you help with that?
If you've got something like that, I definitely want to hear from you guys. Working with unique properties is one of my favorite things to do in real estate. And the reason why is I get to utilize my full arsenal of marketing techniques. We can do aerial photography, we can do video walkthroughs, we can do actual video, we can do target marketing. But one of the unique things that I can do that other realtors don't is some of the access to other media that I can advertise your properties in. The local blogs, Seattle Times, King 5, all of my properties have been featured on programs like those. That's Wes Jones of sellwithwes.com. He sold a ton of unique properties, and he can sell yours too. Sellwithwes.com, sellwithwes.com, a better way to sell your home.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. Celebrate with payments as low as $125 a month. A beautiful bath installed in one day, no mess, and a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com today.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granillo. There is a good chance your primary election ballot is still sitting on the counter today. In King County, only 15% were turned in as of this morning on the eve of Election Day.
We're projecting just 35% turnout in this primary election.
That is Haley Watkins with King County Elections. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Sheldon reports nearly 300 races will be decided tomorrow.
There could be some big changes coming for the biggest cities in Western Washington. The mayors of Seattle, Tacoma, and Everett are all on the ballot, along with the King County executive job. All ballots are due by 8 p.m. tomorrow night.
Top 2 vote getters will appear on the November general election ballots. Now to the closing bell reports. Workers at 3 Midwest Boeing manufacturing plants are on strike.
I will be out here on my shift every day until the new contract is offered and we ratify a new one.
About 3,200 machinists voted yesterday to reject a modified 4-year labor agreement. It included a 20% wage increase and a $5,000 bonus. Those workers build military aircraft and weapons. A new effort underway now to save a Pierce County grocery store. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
The Fred Meyer at 72nd and Pacific is set to close next month, and that would affect more than 200 workers. The News Tribune reports there is a petition to stop or delay the closure. As of Monday afternoon, it had more than 1,800 signatures. Kroger has said the closure is part of the company's effort to run more efficiently, and that the people who work there would have the chance to transfer to other stores. The union representing the workers is concerned for them and for the low-income customers who walk or ride the bus to shop there. City leaders plan to discuss the issue later this month. In Tacoma, Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
Waterfront mansion in Bellevue just sold for more than $20 million. The Puget Sound Business Journal reports the estate belonged to Microsoft's chief technology officer. Zillow says this was the second biggest sale in the state this year. At the close today on Wall Street, stocks rebounded after Friday's sell-off. The Dow gained 585, S&P up 92 points, NASDAQ ahead by 403. Now to the real-time traffic desk. Report is brought to you by Washington 811. West Seattle Bridge off-ramp closed right now from northbound I-5. Rollover semi blocking all the lanes. Drivers are being detoured to Columbian Way. That is where you can now turn around and then access West Seattle from Capitol Hill. Got a collision on westbound 531 near Arlington that is blocking the westbound lane. Fire crews are on scene. Couple travel times right now. Tacoma to Olympia, 52 minutes. A pretty big backup around JBLM. Looking at about a 24-minute drive now from Renton to Bellevue. Pretty thick right now, right around 169. That just looks like to be volume. Heading southbound 405, about a 30-minute drive now from Bellevue to Renton. And the rest of the map pretty much on track for this time of day. If you are digging in your yard, the law requires you to call 811 to avoid dangerous and costly damages to utility lines. Call 811 or submit online at digsafewa.com. Forecast now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. We have burned off most of the morning clouds. We are in for a sunny afternoon. Right now, with highs in the mid-70s. Right now, 68 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. We're going to talk about some Utes right now. Some Utes. Get their effort. If you guys get that reference, you're a friend of mine.
Two Utes in particular, right?
Two Utes.
Yeah.
How about Utes? What is a Ute? What?
Excuse me. Youths. Thank you very much.
Laura has no idea what we're talking about. Laura, do you know that movie?
Nope. No idea at all.
Okay.
Does the name Fred Gwynn mean anything to you?
No, it doesn't.
No.
Aaron, do you know what movie we're talking about?
That would be Joe Pesci, I believe.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
My
the movie,
Cousin Vinny.
My Cousin Vinny, yes.
Laura, have you seen My Cousin Vinny?
Nope.
Oh, it's great. You should watch it. It's really good. 30 years old. You'd love it. Check it out. All right. There's a couple of stories.
Easy to say Ralph Macchio's finest work.
Big disagreement.
You
think it's his finest work?
You like Karate Kid was his finest work?
Yeah, it's general consensus. I
There
think
you go.
Karate Kid
Fair
is
enough.
a more
Fair
lasting
enough.
impression than
Fair
a
enough.
tiny small role in
He was the alleged murderer. He means tiny small role. This is how we sidetrack.
Listen, this is not.
content.
It's not Ralph Macchio's movie.
It's not.
It's Marissa Tomei's movie.
Amen,
she
brother.
steals the show, and she won an Oscar for it.
She did.
Joe Pesci's also great in that movie.
Brilliant.
So is also the guy from the Monsters. All right.
Fred Gwynn.
Fred Gwynn.
Thank you very much.
Is it Fred?
Fred Gwynn.
Fred Gwynn.
You bet.
Yeah. All right.
Man raised me as a boy. From
Laura's
a boy.
like, move
Can
along,
we move on to
please?
stuff that I actually know about, please?
Oh, this is right up your alley then.
All right. 2 stories that I want to get to. And I need Laura's take on this because I find this really interesting. Have you guys ever read stuff on the Free Press? It's kind of an interesting site. They had this story about they basically looked into they found this report from the Financial Times. It shows that American women between the ages of 18 and 30 are 30% more liberal than equivalent men of their age. So that makes sense to everyone. I don't need to explain that further. And it is causing a real disaster, like kind of a bottleneck in dating, because we did a story last week which talked about from the Daily Mail, which showed that when a woman expresses her political views, she gets hit on by guys of both sides. They don't care about it.
Doesn't slow down the feeding frenzy. Yeah.
They're not after political views.
Right.
They're after something else. But when a guy expresses his political views in online dating, he gets far fewer results.
Absolutely.
Because women care about that more. Young women seem to care about that more. And they basically showed that 54% of women, this is a crazy number to me. Is this shocking to you, Spike? 54% of women say they would not date a conservative, and that just listening to from Financial Times, and that just listening to Joe Rogan or having said that they have not seen the movie Barbie.
Well,
refusing to watch Barbie.
That's a conscious decision.
Is a red flag.
Yeah.
54, more than half of women between the ages of 18 and 30 who identify as, I guess,
I'm more shocked by the
liberal.
fact that 46% of women will date a guy that listens to Joe Rogan and refuses to see the Barbie movie.
Oh, you agree with these numbers?
I think that 54 number is insanely low.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes, I do.
I
Right?
totally agree.
Yeah.
So you don't care about anything I'm interested in?
Well, no. You're saying you're not even interested in getting to know him as a person.
No, because they're not interested in getting to know me as a person.
How do you know that?
They listen to Joe Rogan.
And they won't watch the Barbie movie?
Maybe they haven't had it introduced to them yet by somebody who loves them and wants to guide them into ideas that they haven't not yet considered.
Way too much work.
Would you like to push a rock uphill just to meet a man? 'Cause that's what we're asking.
No.
Don't you guys think? No, but honestly, don't you guys think it's valuable though to date somebody who has different perspectives than you?
But
Like
I don't think
somebody
the
who
guy
doesn't
is
watch-
approaching it that way. If you're saying from the outset, I refuse to take you seriously and your interests seriously, that's a
because he
closed-minded
won't
person
watch
to
the
me.
Barbie movie. That would stop you from dating somebody if they didn't watch the Barbie movie.
If they refused, just on the principle that, ooh, it's Barbie, it's pink.
What would you think?
That's a really immature attitude to me.
Well, they might just think the movie won't apply to me in any meaningful way, and I'm not interested in it. Would you watch Did you see G.I. Joe?
I love action movies.
Did you watch G.I. Joe?
You would not believe how many stupid movies I've watched with boys.
Did you watch G.I. Joe?
When did that even come out?
A couple years ago. Or Snake Eyes, or whatever the movie was called.
Oh, so you don't even know.
No, but
Barbie was like a phenomenon. I saw Barbie and Oppenheimer.
No, I know. They made it a big thing. I remember they made a big thing.
Yeah, it was
like, are
big
you
summer.
seeing Barbie or Oppenheimer? And it was kind of a tongue-in-cheek. Because they
Barbenheimer.
both couldn't have been different movies.
Yeah.
But does it eliminate somebody as a possible prospect for you just because they haven't seen the movie Barbie? It sounds like it does.
Well, I think the Barbie is an indicator of a man who doesn't take female issues seriously. Is that am I paraphrasing too broadly?
Barbie.
Well, no, couple that with the fact that he's a regular Joe Rogan listener. I think that is a bigger indicator of what a guy's priority systems and belief systems are.
I don't see anything wrong with Joe Rogan. He's a very interesting interviewer. He's got amazing people on his podcast.
Of men.
He's
Yeah.
got the most
Interesting interviewer of men.
No, he interviews a ton of people. Have you listened to his show?
Mm-hmm.
He's got a very skewed perspective and take on the world. He's got
I'm
the
not
bro
sitting here
perspective.
defending. I'm not sitting here saying I'm a Joe Rogan apologist.
No. I know.
I like his show.
Yeah.
I listen to his show.
Yeah.
I enjoy the people who are on his show. He does talk to a lot of men. I think primarily his audience is men. There's nothing wrong with that. I wouldn't cut off, like, I'm not in a dating pool. I've been happily married for 16 years. If I met a woman who listened to call her daddy which primarily probably applies to a female audience. I wouldn't eliminate her as a possible mate just because she listens to a female-centric podcast.
If I met a woman who rooted through trash
short-sighted.
cans for food, I wouldn't eliminate her as a dating possibility. Most guys feel that way as well, as we learned from the study last week.
So
guys don't care.
Are guys more evolved than women? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think they're less. I think women care more about what's going on internally with guys. Guys just care what you look like. They don't really care what thoughts you have in your brain, or if you care about the Barbie movie or not.
If a guy will date, any woman, regardless of her political views, which is what the study said,
I think that person is more evolved.
No, why is he dating her if he doesn't care about her views?
He didn't say he didn't care about her views. He's saying he wants to meet her as a person, get to know her, and maybe her views become part of his views. That makes somebody more
or
evolved.
maybe she just looks good in them blue jeans.
Well, attraction should always be a part of it. If you're only dating somebody because they check a certain political box, I think you're going to have a very sad relationship.
Well, no one's saying only, but do you see where Laura's coming from, though?
Where you're coming from, too.
I agree with Laura, but I got nothing to say in this matter. It doesn't matter to me who young women
You should
find
have
attractive.
something to say. It's your half of your show.
I raised a daughter. My point is this, and I agree with the study, and I understand the findings of it, that if men aren't, if a woman is concerned about body autonomy or whatever pay equality or whatever other priorities from a socio-economic structure, and a guy doesn't care about those things, he's going to be less.
Who said he doesn't care? Just because he hasn't seen Barbie, that means nothing.
We're talking about conservative men. If you're the Barbie and the Joe Rogan thing is just one indicator of the overall thing that women are less likely to date conservative men.
It's painting a giant portion of the possible dating pool, many of whom would be wonderful partners with a very broad brush and limiting your opportunities to find a meaningful relationship, which is why many women under the age of whatever probably aren't finding good
partners.
relationships right now. So they're closing themselves off to more than half of the population. That makes no sense to me.
Well, we just don't. I mean, we don't have to, right? Like, I make my own money. I live independently.
No, I'm not speaking to you personally here. I'm just saying that, like.
Sure, but I'm this exact demographic.
So
anyway,
you would not date somebody who listens to Joe Rogan or has not watched the Barbie movie?
No, I would not. Here's the thing. To me, those are both red flags. I need a handful of different red flags to be like, no. Okay. But those would both be cons in the pro versus con categories.
I'm not making a judgment against you personally, so I'll speak more generally. I think it's...
Sure.
But
No. I think, but that's ridiculous. For the majority of women between the ages of 18 to 30 say that just because somebody listens to a specific podcast or they refuse to watch a movie, that they instantly won't even consider them as a possible mate.
If they hold the common perception of conservative views, forget the movie and the podcast. If they hold the common perception of conservative views,
you're making an argument to me because somebody feels one way politically. They are of complete no value to you.
No.
No, I've just been cornered by enough Joe Rogan listeners at parties that I don't want to do it anymore.
That's fair.
The burned ear teaches best.
Yeah. What now?
The burned ear teaches best.
The burned ear teaches best. All right. Well, best of luck to all of you.
Good luck, ladies.
All of you spinsters out there as you eliminate half of the population.
I have my cat. I have my own money. Who cares?
Sounds like happiness to me. Why don't you bake us a cake?
Sounds like you'll be very happy.
Yeah. Jake, do you want a slice of coconut cake?
No,
have you seen the Barbie movie?
I'm not a coconut fan. I have not seen Barbie movie either.
You sound perfect.
But it's not from lack of interest. It is from lack of interest.
It's not.
Yeah, I didn't want to see it. And you know who else didn't want to see it?
Who?
My wife.
There you go. You guys are blessed. You guys have a wonderful mixed point of view relationship.
I have no time to see frivolous movies. I wanted it.
You made 4 boys.
I had time to see. I've seen like 3 movies in the past 4 years. I could choose one of 2. I could choose Oppenheimer or Barbie. And we went and saw Oppenheimer.
Good for you.
So sue me. She wants to have more kids, by the way. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
The closing bell is brought to you by Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Let's go! You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to overaccomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-486-9600. That's 800-486-9600.
Feeling the heat? Cool off with Home Comfort Alliance. It's the final days of the warehouse clearance sale with savings up to 25% on brand new 2024 heat pumps and ACs while supplies last. And PSC customers, listen up. Add AeroSeal duct sealing for as little as $99. That's over $2,000 in savings. For heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical needs, trust Home Comfort Alliance. Go to homecomfortalliance.com and tell them John Curley sent you.
Have you heard the saying, chuck in a truck? The guy running a roofing company out of his messy pickup? Well, here's the scary part. Washington doesn't require a test or experience to be a licensed roofer, and they definitely don't require a brick and mortar location. Chuck could be working out of his apartment with 0 employees, hiring random guys off the street. Yikes. And the SBA says 90% of roofers are out of business within 5 years. Jim here, Chief Roof Nerd at RoofSmart, where we do things right. We have a real location on Central Avenue in Kent and a team of 50 full-time roofing pros who actually know what they're doing. We're not some fly-by-night outfit. We've put down roots, or in our case, a cement foundation, so you'll always know where to find us. No disappearing acts, no cut corners, just top-quality work from people you can trust. That's RoofSmart. Come see for yourself, or call us at 206-487-4877, or visit us online at getroofsmart.com. That's 206-487-4877 or getroofsmart.com.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
You've still got it, but your immune system weakens as you age, making it hard to fight flu, pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Ask your doctor which vaccines you need. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to Honest Home Solutions.
KIRO Newsradio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO Newsradio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
All right, welcome back to the show. Thank you guys so much for texting. Lots of text messages. I'm going to read you one from, this is from Todd and Inappropriate. Interesting paradox, isn't it? It is actually Jake who is the one who is closed-minded. He's so clueless, he can't fathom why somebody might choose not to date somebody who is pro-Trump MAGA, which is not what I said. Wow, talk about delusional. Jake, with that thinking, you would have no problem letting your daughter date Hitler. She might learn news perspectives. Number one, I don't have a daughter, so that would be a strange thing to happen. Number two, I would not let her date Hitler.
I was like, that's number two?
Yeah. Well, also, he's been dead for quite a while, so there's a lot of questions in your statement here, Todd. And what I was saying was, I find it very close-minded that somebody would just completely eliminate somebody who has different political views than they do. Everyone's free to have their own opinion. These are mine. Yeah. When my wife and I met, we both had very, very different political views, and now we're both more in the center. And that worked out well for us. If you want to close yourself off to a lot of people, that's fine. Mm-hmm. I could care less. But I felt like it was a ridiculous thing. This Financial Times article said that just because somebody listens to a specific podcast or hasn't seen a movie about a little girl's doll, then that would make them ineligible as a potential dating partner, which I found to be
refuses to see.
Refuses to see.
Just because it has the name Barbie on it.
For whatever reason.
And it's got pink branding.
Maybe the pink's their favorite color. They just don't like Barbie. Maybe they played with Barbie so much as a child that they just don't want to see the movie now because it's going to, maybe the guy did.
Or maybe female empowerment scares them.
I don't think that's the case.
We don't know.
I don't think that's the case. But I can't make these judgments for these people.
What I do know is that you're a good dad. And when you do have a little girl, you let her date whoever she wants, as long as it's not Hitler.
As long as it's not a deceased dictator.
Murderous psychopath.
Yes.
Living or dead, I think we can broaden the guidelines to that, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Yeah, of course. Real quick, Laura, let's get an update on who's the biggest idiot. I feel like the audience is clamoring for this right now.
Okay.
By the way, the voting's closed.
The voting is closed. You can no longer vote. Spike and I are tied for second.
Nice.
Which means that you, Jake,
I'm the
have
biggest
taken
idiot.
the lead.
We're tied for last, by the way.
Nice. This should be a daily. I think this is probably going to be a daily thing now.
Daily thing.
Who's the biggest idiot? Of course, my biggest idiot comes from my almost lighting myself.
Your human fireball impression. Alone home with the boys.
On fire, with my
gas and a lighter go boom. Here's Jake with the film.
Let's see here. Do we have time to even do this story? No, we don't. We have this performative pop-up thing that happened in Capitol Hill. I guess really quickly we could.
What is the performative mail? I don't even know what the concept is.
In Capitol Hill, on this, like hundreds of people met up for this event that got spread through Reddit, and they were going to do like a performative mail contest. Laura, what is a performative mail? I don't know what this is.
A performative male is someone who is doing things specifically to attract a liberal female gaze. So
liberal?
Yeah. So reading certain feminist literature publicly in parks. The book could be upside down for all they care. There's a phone inside of it.
I get it now. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're describing just males. Just males.
Band T-shirts from womenmen's bands. You know?
Okay. Not just a clean shirt, but specifically targeting liberal females.
You're broadcasting
So they all met
certain
up.
type.
They all met up to have a competition to see who was the best performative male.
And Cal Anderson, of course.
Cal Anderson Park.
The Mecca.
And they crowned a winner, is that right?
They did crown a winner.
Was it to mock the performative male tendencies? Is that what the contest was for?
Yes.
Not to show off what they were doing, but to mock them.
Yes.
Okay.
And I actually think that the guy who lost should have had it because he tried to propose.
Okay.
And the whole crowd started booing him mid-proposal. I don't think it gets more performative than that.
Than public proposals.
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
Okay.
What was the win? Did they say what the winning attribute was, performative attribute was of the winner? The thing that took him across the finish line?
They were really tied. Cheers were equal for both. And then once the proposal happened, the other guy took it.
The guy tanked himself.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And again, this is because guys are pretending to be interested in things that
women are
females
interested in. Huh? Wow. Ironic.
Which is 99.99999% of all males do this their entire lives.
I'm just glad showering in a clean shirt that wasn't part of performative.
You know why I sit on the couch and I watch Gilmore Girls with my wife? It's not because I love Gilmore Girls.
Because you want to be interested in the things she's interested in.
Because I want to be close to my wife.
There you go. Nice.
This is hilarious.
That's why I watch murder mysteries.
This is why Gen Z people are not having sex. Congratulations. You all got what you wanted. You're not having sex. All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We'll be right back.
Are you finding it hard to stay cool in your home during hot weather? The issue is likely your window's poor quality and lack of heat deflecting technology. Adrian here, owner of Lake Washington Windows and Doors. Our windows are 25% more energy efficient than Energy Star standards and come with high-performance Sun Matrix glass, which can help keep the summer heat out. Combined with our leak armor installation, your comfort will be secured for a lifetime. Choose Lake Washington Windows and Doors, a name you can trust. Visit lakewashingtonwindows.com.
Cold is leaking in rats are moving in, mold is creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Let's go!
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, Northwest News.
Hartley and Brent Wilcox talking about Wilcox Family Farms.
Dad, I've really enjoyed all the community events we've been doing. One question I get asked a lot is, how long has our family had the farm? When I tell them since 1909, they're surprised. Why do you think that is?
I imagine it's because that's a long time, and many farms have been bought by big corporations that put profits first.
Growing up on the farm, I feel like we put people and the well-being of our hens first.
We do, and as you know, free-range and mobile pasture hens have organic soil to forage and do what they naturally would do. This takes more time and money, but it's the right thing to do. It's better for the hens and makes for great tasting eggs.
I agree. Here is Mike to tell you where you can find locally fresh Wilcox Family Farms eggs.
For fresh, local, pasture-raised, omega-3, hard-boiled, and other fresh eggs, choose Wilcox Family Farms. Look for Wilcox eggs at Town & Country Markets, Fred Meyer, and Amazon Fresh. Wilcox Family Farms.
Spike O'Neill here. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK lens gave me back the perfect vision I had up until a few years ago. Now, never need glasses again. Never develop cataracts. Been about 6 months since my RLE surgery. My vision is better than it's ever been in my life. Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens, privately owned, no corporate shareholders or boardrooms. Dr. Sharp built his business on the principle of always strive to over-accomplish, never overprice. Call 425-451-2020 or go online to sharp-vision.com. That's sharp-vision.com. Official eye care providers of Sounders FC.
Your best source for local news. KIRO Newsradio, KIRO FM and HD1, Tacoma, Seattle, Northwest News.
This is
CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
I'm Matt Piper. No votes in Texas.
Being 85 ayes and 6 nays, the motion prevails.
That motion to find Democratic lawmakers and return them to Austin. It's after they fled to other states to avoid voting on a redrawn congressional map sought by President Trump to shore up Republicans' 2026 midterm prospects. Republican Texas House Speaker Dustin Burrows.
The sergeant-at-arms and any officers appointed by her are directed to send for all absentees whose attendance is not excused for the purposes of securing and maintaining their attendance under warrant of arrest if necessary until further order of the House.
The Gifford fire in California has now doubled in size since Friday, scorching 60,000 acres in Santa Barbara and San Luis Obispo counties. It is one of 14 active fires in the state. Captain Mark Nunez with Sacramento Metro Fire.
This is a very rapidly fast-moving fire through steep terrain with lots of dry vegetation. It takes a lot of personnel to take on something of this size.
Hundreds have joined in on the effort to try and find a killer in Montana. Our Omar Villafranca says the man they're looking for opened fire on people at a bar in a small town that he lived next to.
Law enforcement in western Montana believe Michael Paul Brown is still in the area around Anaconda. That's where the 45-year-old is accused of killing 4 people at the Owl Bar Friday morning.
This is a dangerous individual who has committed an absolutely heinous crime against this community and these victims.
Police say Brown, an Iraq War veteran, stole a vehicle that had clothes and camping gear inside of it.
In South Carolina, Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace is looking for another title.
I'm making it official. I am running to be your governor of the great state of South Carolina.
The Congresswoman says she plans to focus on criminal justice, fiscal responsibility, education, and energy grid improvements. President Trump is threatening to hike U.S. tariffs on goods from India over its purchases of Russian oil. That is a key source of revenue for Moscow's war on Ukraine. Correspondent Weijia Jiang.
The president said that India is not only buying massive amounts of oil from Russia, they are then for much of the oil purchased, he says, selling it on the open market for big profits.
There are more than 700 wildfires burning in Canada, and it's blowing bad air into the Midwest and Northeast here. From Michigan to Maine, there are air quality alerts, as meteorologist Grant Gilmore tells us.
In fact, the worst of the air quality, not just in the United States, but in the world, is right in Detroit, but still some reduced air quality across the Northeast today.
This is CBS News.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. We offer auto, home, and commercial auto insurance, plus a variety of business insurance options. Visit Progressive.com today.
Coming up, Seattle's police chief responds to a deadly crime wave. But first, we check real-time traffic. The support is brought to you by Seattle Sports. West Seattle Bridge off-ramp still closed from northbound I-5 rollover, semi blocking all lanes. The drivers are being detoured to Columbian Way. You can now turn around there and access West Seattle from Capitol Hill. Slow going into Seattle on northbound I-5. Traffic builds at the north end of Boeing Field. Right now, Linwood to Seattle taking you 34 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, 54. Heading north into Everett, about a 50-minute drive from Seattle or Bellevue. Rest of the map is average for this time of day. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. Seattle's homicide detectives are investigating 3 deadly shootings in 4 days. 2 of them happened early Sunday in Soto. This man tells KIRO 7 TV he and a friend came too close to the violence.
When we heard the shots, I knew immediately that it was gunfire, so I said, get down, and we both got down.
Another man was shot and killed last week outside the Pursuit Northwest Church in the University District. Hundreds attended a vigil last night for LeBron Givon, Pastor Russell Johnson telling KIRO 7 TV.
And I think what you're seeing tonight is a statement from the faith community, in particular from Christians, who are saying we're not going to allow the devil to write the next chapter.
So far, no arrests in any of these shootings, but Seattle's police chief says they are chasing down leads. Seattle officers did arrest 2 19-year-old men after a road rage shooting yesterday.
This happened near State Route 509 in South Cloverdale. Seattle police say the suspects confronted a 54-year-old man. They say one of them punched him and the other pulled a gun. The victim did hear a gunshot but was not hit. The suspects later crashed and were arrested for investigation of assault, and the driver was also arrested for investigation of DUI. Police found bullet holes in the victim's vehicle and a bag of bullets near the crash site, but no firearm. Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
A petition to create a new law to change the state's Amber Alert system is gaining steam. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports Whitney's Law. It is named after Whitney Decker, whose daughters were killed at a campsite outside Leavenworth.
At a rally in June, State Representative and former Chelan County Sheriff Brian Burnett argued Peyton, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker might still be alive if the Amber Alert system or rules for custodial visits were changed by a new law like Whitney's Law.
We're not going to deny you visits, but let's put this in a safe environment. Maybe that would have been the piece that could potentially have helped in this situation.
The Decker case didn't meet current Amber Alert thresholds because Travis Decker had custodial visitation rights. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Now to weather, brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sun breaks increasing today. Partly cloudy conditions this afternoon. Should be a nice day. Temperatures staying in the mid-70s. Right now we're looking at 68 in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News. It's the all-new Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours are down, 1 hour to go. Lots of great stuff still to talk. We haven't got to like half of what we wanted to discuss.
Well, we're trying to solve the world's problems with regard to dating those who have different political views. That's a lot to take on. That's a big sandwich to get down. You know what I'm saying?
We're trying to
one bite at a time, buddy.
Population.
We are. We want to see these people have a happy life.
It's suffering. People are not having babies anymore. They're just not doing it, especially in our area. People in Seattle are just not having children. All right, but we can't solve that. I can't solve that for you. You're gonna have to solve that yourself. Listen to this. I thought this was interesting. I saw this tweet or a post or whatever we call it these days about somebody who, listen to this. I'm just going to read you this because I think I totally recognize what this person's saying and complaining about. I've experienced this myself. This is from somebody named Jasmine Keith online. She says, I've spent almost my entire life living in the PNW. Now, Spike, that means Pacific Northwest. You probably didn't know that.
No, I caught up. The Mariners have it on one of their jersey versions. That's the only way I know that.
Oh, okay. She says, I grew up hiking, camping, and swimming, just freely enjoying all that nature had to offer. I don't even know how to utilize it anymore. You need day permits or park passes, or to put in for a lottery draw a year in advance. You practically need a degree to figure out how to legally hike up a mountain. Which and then just this got a huge reaction from, obviously from people as well who said, yeah, it's gotten a little more tedious to go out there and enjoy some of the natural beauty that our state has. Mm-hmm. Today is National Parks Day. It's free. Washington National Parks are free today.
Right.
I believe this is nationally, right? National Parks nationally are free today.
Yeah.
This is to celebrate the 5th anniversary of the Great American Outdoors Act, which was signed in 2020. But they want people to get out. But some of those national parks, which are free, 400 nationally, but 3 of them in Washington are Mount Rainier, Olympic, and North Cascades National Parks. So you can just go and enjoy those parks, which is great. If you didn't want to go today, you would have to figure out, all right, do I need a discovery pass? Mm-hmm. Do I need to, she brings up the lottery, which I do know you need to go on certain hikes.
Yeah, some of them have such high demand.
Yeah, there's so many people who want to go out on these things.
Usually it's for camping sites at various high demand, much sought after opportunities to be enjoying nature.
Yep.
Yeah, understandable.
Do you think it has gotten a little more difficult than it needs to be, though, to enjoy some of the great outdoors?
America's national parks have had, in recent years, an incredible boom in popularity and demand. Yeah, Americans have in our state. Yeah, it's because people are moving here. We have a high level of incoming residency to the Great Northwest, and a lot of them are like not Jasmine here, who was born and raised here. Mm-hmm. A lot of them are newbies who move here specifically for the geographical beauties and opportunities that this nature of the Northwest provides.
She's not complaining, though, about the parks being busy. She's complaining about all the permits and the passes that you need to get in advance of enjoying the parks. Otherwise, you're ticketed and you get fined.
That's not new, though, to have a park pass.
That is interesting. When did we start requiring passes to go to parks in our state? Can you look that up, Laura, real fast? When did we first start requiring park passes. I know that there's, at certain parks back in the day, like when I was growing up, I don't remember there being a Discovery Pass.
I don't think there was
growing up
30 years ago, though, when you were a kid going with your folks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but with 10 years ago, I know that we had
Discovery Pass has been there recently.
Maybe 20 years ago, probably.
But do you think it's a good thing that we keep it? And now we've jumped up. Isn't the Discovery Pass price, didn't it jump up from, is it 15 now? Did it go from 10 to 15?
45 for the Discover Pass. It's 30 to 45. Oh, that's for the annual Discover Pass.
The day pass.
Day pass was 10.
The day pass was 10, and I don't know if it's increased, but I thought it increased.
I think it went to 15, but I could be wrong.
Well, Washington State first started charging with the Discover Pass in 2011.
So it's the first time we started charging people to go and visit our parks.
Yeah.
So
it was 1965 for national parks, so that's been a long, lot longer.
Which whatever, that's fine. My question though is, what were we doing prior to 2011 that we were able to? Because Washington State, it's not like we have had a population boom only since 2011. Washington State was growing leaps and bounds since the 1980s.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what were they doing up until 2011 that allowed us to have parks be something that people would just go out and enjoy? Because I know that for me and my family, we have been in situations where we forget the Discovery Pass because it's in a
other car.
It's in the other car.
I know. I'm with you.
It's the worst. And then you got to here's a quick fix: make it digital. Just put a little stamp that somebody, when you buy a Discovery Pass, this is a genius idea. And I'm, you guys listen to the show every day. I'm no genius. Give a little sticker that I can put on the back of my license plate.
Okay.
That says this person has purchased it, just like when we get our cars
registered. Or a window. I got to have a window sticker to use the dump.
A window sticker.
Right? If I go to the dump, if I don't have the right sticker because I've shown the proof of my zip code that this is my designated solid waste disposal place.
Yeah, if
I got to pay an additional fee. Right.
You can do it for
the park.
The park. I do think that the Discovery Pass itself, it's more tedious than it needs to be. You have to have it in the specific vehicle.
Yeah.
It has space for multiple license plates.
But you got to move it from car to car to car. You can't
got to move it around.
You can't make a photocopy of it. You got to have the actual hard pass, right?
It's illegal. So why not just make it easier for people? Because we've not gone to parks. We've driven there and we go, geez. Or you got to pay the extra $10, which you've done, which is a pain. Yeah. If you've already paid for it,
right? Pay your double dipping.
They should just have this
information. They have a bad system.
They should just have this information. I don't know why they don't. This makes no sense to me.
I wonder, if what happened in 2011 that we needed to charge an additional state fee to use our state parks that we did in the past. I wonder if there was a reduction in federal funding, because the reason that we pay for park services
under Obama, I doubt it.
Well, I don't know, so I'm asking.
Did Obama take away park funding in Washington State?
I don't know.
That'd be interesting.
I know that there's a cost of maintaining our national parks, whether it's trail maintenance, whether it's forestry services employees that make sure the parks are a safe place to be.
I'm not even talking national. I'm just talking regular parks. If you just want to go to a regular hiking trail, you got to have a Discovery Pass. So
was it just another revenue grab? We saw people were doing this. There's a chance to ding them a little bit.
100%. I think they just decided, hey, you know what?
Is that the trail you were leading me down? Because you got me there. It's wonderful. The waterfall's beautiful. Here's $5.
It's the trail out. No, I don't want your money. You send it into the state.
I'll send it.
They want your money.
I'll send it.
But we were doing something successfully here in Washington State until 2011. Then 2011, they said, hey, you know what? Enough of this free park nonsense.
People seem to like this. I bet they would pay to do it.
I bet you we could get even more money from these folks. I don't understand it. It's difficult. And it's tedious, and if you're going to do whatever, I don't care. $45 a year, it's not going to break the bank for most people. But at least make it easier for them. At least, give them the ability to put it in each of their cars. Give them two.
Yeah,
right?
Well, you're right.
Buy a Discovery Pass.
Instead of one that has a place for multiple car license plates numbers, which is what's on the pass.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, give me two. And designate one for each car. I mean, I'm buying
sticker.
Yeah.
You got the good to go thing that you can make me stick in my window, and every time I drive under, I got to flip that thing back and forth. Just give me a sticker. They know what a sticker is.
I got a buddy who makes them.
You got a buddy who makes stickers.
Let's make our own.
If there's anybody from the Parks Department that's listening, Spike has a buddy who makes stickers.
He's really good at it.
We're not even going to take a piece of that.
No.
We're just helping you make things easier for everybody. We want people to enjoy the parks more, which is why we're making this announcement that today is National Free Park Day. So get on out there and enjoy it because the day is ending fast. So go do it. Speaking of national parks, this is funny. This happened. This is in Arizona. This is at a national park at Glen Canyon National Recreation Area. Eric Kahn said that she was out there enjoying the outdoors, and unfortunately, there was also a bat, and it somehow got in her mouth, which doesn't make sense. Let's hear her talk about it.
We love to go to national parks and see, those beautiful landscapes. And we're also interested in astrophotography. And we kind of heard and saw some bats flying around. I never would have thought that one would fly into my face. I screamed the loudest I've ever screamed, and it went into my mouth. It was a freak accident. I'm not sure what part of the bat was there, but there was definitely I got a taste of it, which was pretty gross. And it tastes a little earthy, a little sweet, if you're wondering. Now I'll know to be careful and not to open my mouth. And maybe I'll wear a mask or something as a precaution in the future.
That's pretty awful that she got a bat in her mouth. It's very dangerous, though. If you do have, they got to test you for rabies. And
yeah.
Is there even a test for rabies? They just got to start giving you shots, right? Because unless they have
I don't know. Unless they have the bat, unless she bit the bat and kept it with her.
The bat and kept it dead.
Right.
And test the bat for rabies, but they can't test you as a precaution, because once you get it, you got it.
I think you're right.
You're going.
So what we're learning is if a bat flies into your mouth,
bite down.
Kill it. Ozzy Osbourne, that thing, yeah. Arr.
Oh, did she do it in conjunction with Ozzy's passing? That'd be lovely.
That would have been sweet.
Yeah, no, she did it prior to Ozzy's losing Ozzy.
Here's the crazy part, though. She didn't have health insurance. And this is the amount of money that she had to pay. Listen to this.
I was traveling, so I went to 4 different hospitals over the course of my 4 rabies shots. So now I have my close to $21,000 bill. I took a gamble, and I'm really, kicking myself now. And I've learned I'll never do that again. But Cobra's expensive, but it's more expensive to get these, $20,000 bills when a bat flies into your mouth.
She was unemployed at the time, apparently, and she chose not to do the Cobra.
Do the Cobra, which is a crazy, crazy grab of money. I've been there. I've spent for Cobra, but that's what you do.
Yeah, but
you do it.
But you
do it.
If I had a nickel for every time I almost swallowed a bat.
I'll tell you what.
This is a freak thing, though. This is so crazy. The odds of her biting a bat are
she screamed and opened her mouth, and that's when a bat flew in.
Well, you got to remember.
She was out in the canyon at night.
Yeah.
Filming the night sky, which is beautiful. I understand. And a bat flies right into her mouth.
Well, the mistake she made was the screaming, because bats use echolocation to find things.
Oh.
And I think they probably heard her screaming, and they went, "Oh, that's a little hole to fly, a tiny little cozy cave."
Or a critter. It's a little critter.
There might be a critter in there.
There might be a mouse in there.
And so they decided to
jump
jump in.
Yummy, yummy tonsils.
Did you know it's actually a myth that bats are blind? Have you ever heard that bats can't see and they
blind
just
as a bat? Sure. That's why they use sonar.
They actually have eyes similar to humans. Did you know that?
I did not.
They can see just as well as humans in the dark, but they also have this crazy, other sonar sense that they're able to use, and so. That's why they can fly around so accurately at night and chase bugs and fly through caves and things.
Nobody could dodge her mouth. Did she get a defective bat?
Again, I don't. She may have previously swallowed bat bait. We don't know why the bat flew into her mouth.
She eating a banana. They love fruit.
They love fruit. Yeah, they love bananas.
Go in the canyon at night. Don't walk around with fruit in your mouth.
She might have done that.
Asking for trouble.
Absolutely. All right. Can we? This story hit close to home. I want to play this audio. This mom is passionate. And I think she's completely right about this. Her name is Kay. She posts this on TikTok. She's in California. And I was actually relieved to hear this story because we have made, I've made no secret about my distaste for social media when it comes to kids and young people. Even though we have stuff we do here on the show, I would never recommend young people, not that our content is inappropriate.
No, but there's a time and place for kids to be around the internet. And you've said it numerous times. So back you wholeheartedly.
We're not letting our kids have phones. In fact, people are going to think that I'm like a Luddite or archaic or something. But we actually today, we just ordered in-the-wall home phone, like an old-fashioned home phone.
No, with a cord and everything.
I don't know if it's a cord or if it's going to have a base. That's up to my wife. But it's it's a landline, a hard landline.
Yeah.
That we can then let our kids, because my oldest is just about to turn 11. He's got buddies who he wants to talk to and stuff, and so we want to, let him have a number at the house where his friends can call.
Because he's not have a cell phone. That's brilliant.
It's still going to be inside our range. We're going to be aware every time it rings. We're going to go, oh, ears perking. Who are they contacting?
Yeah. Well, you might want to look into one of those wall mounts with the cord.
Oh,
so they can't slip off into the room there with a hands-free. Because there's a landline, but
hiding
it's a
in the closet, like having
hands-free unit that goes anywhere in the house.
We want, I think a long twirly cord.
Sure.
That ideally they can only stretch as far as the pantry.
You know, when I was a kid, I saved up my own money and bought a longer cord for the phone so I could take it from the wall into a quiet stairwell.
Sweet.
And have some privacy talking to the girlfriend on the house phone line.
Yeah, you got to do it.
You bet.
We did the same. We had the same thing. We had like a phone that would stretch as far as the south part of our kitchen.
Yep.
And that's where you would go and have conversations. Somebody walks in, you kind of start talking a little quieter.
That's awesome.
Anyway, all that to say, Roblox is a game that a lot of young kids are playing. This is a game called Roblox. It's like a lot of user-generated content. You can go into other people's worlds that they create and things like that.
Okay.
It's cartoonish looking. There's a vague similarity to something that looks like Minecraft.
Okay, I've heard of it. I'm not firsthand familiar.
If you were to see pictures of it, you go, yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Anyway, the game is billed as a 13-plus game, although a lot of people younger than the age of 13 play it. And we have a lot of friends whose kids play this game. And we had gotten, for birthday gifts, gift cards for Roblox. So like online purchases for Roblox. ROBLOX, I believe it's spelled.
Okay.
And my wife's like, nah. Like, oh, thank you for the gift. Blah, blah. And then everybody goes home. She goes, no, we're not using these. Because she had heard that there was predators on that online community who were trying to have interactions with young kids on this thing. And then this mom. And so I was like, oh, that's crazy. So yeah, totally cool. Nobody uses Roblox. We don't allow them to do that kind of stuff. But this mom, she was letting her kid use Roblox because all the other little kids were using Roblox. And she looks online one day and sees what her kid was being approached with online on Roblox. And I'm telling you, it's enough to scare the heck out of any parent. Listen to this woman let you know what was going on. And this is just it's a good lesson for any parent out there.
Cautionary tale. Yeah.
Just be so vigilant. Anything online with your kids. It's so scary. It's so easy for predators to sneak into what otherwise would be a very safe, childlike atmosphere. But there's bad actors out there who try to get in on this stuff. Anyway, listen to this lady, Kay from California.
Why the I'm sitting here laying next to my son. He's like, Mom, what does this say? I said, okay, so I look over to see what he's talking about. And I see this That is a naked character climbing onto the bed with the words at the top saying, take your clothes off. Then I caught another video. A naked character on top of another character spelling out a moan, talking about some bouncing up and down on this character. In this household, I do not subject and expose my child to adult conversations or adult things. Period, point blank. I said, let me go through this app. Mind you, my son can't read, okay? I'm going through the app. It's a in here who's 23 years old calling 12-year-olds and 13-year-olds hot based off of a character. She says, but I'm 12. He says, what's wrong with the age I'm at? It's about the beauty in you. Roblox, get it the together.
Isn't that insane?
I can't believe it's allowed.
Isn't that shocking?
Aren't there guidelines for the game that she's maybe not aware of?
There should be. They actually looked into this. There was a news site, KSAT, actually went and talked to Roblox about this very issue back in November. And Roblox tried to say, like, oh, we're actually like overhauling our parental controls. We're really going to make sure that everything is above board and parents have the ability to protect their kids from all these things. Predators can always get around that stuff. They're always going to find a way.
Yeah.
This is what Roblox said. This is the easy way that parents can overhaul their kids' account. Listen to this. Imagine trying to jump through this many hoops just to keep your kids safe. Parents should go onto Roblox and open their own account, create their own avatar and their own username, and then they can link their account to their kids' account. They'll have this whole suite of parental controls, so things like screen time and spending limits and friend controls. Who can your kids talk to on Roblox, etc.? What kinds of games can they play, etc.? Or how about send your kids outside? Don't let them play this stupid game.
Parks are free today, by the way.
Yeah. Did we mention national parks are free? Isn't that scary?
You gotta...
You gotta be vigilant.
Shouldn't you have to opt in for things instead of opting out of 35 different features that are dangerous for your kid to be a part of?
100% agree. Yeah, 100%
I mean, the default setting is let anybody into your kid's internet gaming, into your kid's world, in your kid's bedroom.
You got to go in and create your own character
to monitor this stuff because they're not doing it.
What they're telling you to do is to go into the game and become a parent in the game and tell your kid what they can and can't do, or just
gonna fly.
Parent your kid in real life and say, "Hey, don't play this stupid game if this is a danger." And it sounds like it really is.
And there's money exchanged into this game?
There's all sorts of different things.
Kids are getting extorted for money, sexually explicit material.
Ugh, it's awful. All these horrible things. Yeah, and this is not. I mean, like the stories about Roblox, but obviously this happens all over social media.
Yeah, it does. You're right about the phone. When a kid has a phone connected to the internet, everybody in the world now gets into your kid's world.
Good.
Everybody.
Bye. Yeah. Oh. Better watch out. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Sharp Vision Modern LASIK and Lens.
Ah, summer in the Puget Sound region. Hanging at the beach. A nice coffee on a long walk with the pooch. And so much time sitting in traffic every weekend, literally going nowhere.
We've all felt it. Big construction projects are underway across the region, and I can help you get around the big delays.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru. Get all of Sully's choke points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Oh, it is the time of the season for pests. That's right. No one likes them. No one knows where they come from, but we can all agree no one wants them in their house. Mike Salk here for Crawl Pros, and they have a full-service pest control division now called Pest Pros. They can come to your house and do a full corner-to-corner inspection, take care of any problems, just like they did at my home. This is the time of the year you'll start seeing more ants in and around your home. You may also begin hearing a little buzzing outdoors. Bees, wasps, hornets, if they make a nest on your property, that is a huge nuisance. So please don't try to take care of those nests on your own. Simply call Pest Pros to have any nest removed and destroyed professionally before the problem grows or you and your guest ends up getting stung. Pest Pros is the full-service pest control division of Crawl Pros with eco-friendly treatments to keep ants, stinging insects, and all sorts of critters from making their way into your home. If you're worried about rodents, ants, or other bugs or an issue in and around your home, call Pest Pros or visit gopestpros.com to schedule a free inspection at gopestpros.com.
Hey golf fans, Jordan Babineau here. Get ready for an unforgettable weekend at the 2025 Boeing Classic. Come see Masters champions and Hall of Fame golfers battle it out at the club at Snoqualmie Ridge, August 8th through the 10th. Bring the whole family and check out Seahawks Village, packed with fun for all ages. Plus, celebrate 20 years of the Boeing Classic, supporting the Benaroya Research Institute at Virginia Mason Franciscan Health. It's more than just golf. It's an experience you won't want to miss. August 8th through the 10th. Tickets start at just $20 and kids get in free. Visit BlowingClassic.com for more.
Get ready for an evening of illusions, laughter, and total disbelief. Michael Carbonaro, star of The Carbonaro Effect, is coming to Angel of the Winds Casino Resort with his hit live show, Carbonaro Lies on Stage. See why audiences across the country are raving about this one-of-a-kind experience. It all happens Friday, September 19th. Tickets are available now online or in person. Must be 18 plus. Management reserves all rights. Visit angelofthewinds.com to grab your seats today.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Are you trying to buy a new home, or are you a local real estate agent seeking financing for a client? We're all tired of dealing with banks, credit unions, and endless guidelines. Wouldn't it be nice to go back in time when we had common sense lending? Hi, I'm Scott Rureka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital based in Bellevue. We are one of the largest local private portfolio lenders in Washington. We've helped thousands of home buyers and real estate investors reach their financial goals by leveraging the Legacy Common Sense borrowing platform. What that means is we lend our own money, we make our own decisions. If your deal makes sense, we'll get it done. Whether you're purchasing a new piece of real estate or refinancing an existing loan, bridge loans, construction, or regular home loan, it doesn't have to be as difficult as banks and lenders make it. If you're trying to grow wealth through real estate acquisition, come talk to the experts in private lending.
Call 425-635-4700 or LegacyG.com. Legacy Group Capital, your common sense lender. LegacyG.com.
I just saw 2 houses for sale. Same neighborhood, almost identical, but one had an Orchard sign and it sold for way more. So I asked my friends at Orchard, why? The first house used a traditional agent. After weeks of price drops and frustration, they settled for less than they'd hoped for. The second homeowner chose Orchard and got more. Their local Orchard agent didn't just list a home, they marketed it. They knew exactly which upgrades would attract serious buyers and brought in a pro to handle everything. And even more, with Orchard's Move First, Sell Later program, the homeowner moved into their new home before their old one even hit the market. They skipped all the hassles and showings. Never settle for less. Get more with Orchard, the smarter, faster, hassle-free way to buy your new home, even before your old home sells. Start with Orchard's free home valuation at Orchard.com. That's Orchard.com. Orchard.com.
I always say, know where your food comes from. And for the best tasting food, choose locally fresh. Hartley here from Wilcox Family Farms. When you choose food from local family farmers like Wilcox, you support the local economy with jobs and promote environmental sustainability. Wilcox is committed to organic, humane practices that keep our hens healthy and help preserve the land. So, our family can keep on producing great eggs for another 100 years. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Saturday, August 23rd, enjoy the 30th birthday bash for University Place at Cirque Park, 11 a.m. to 9 p.m. Bands all day, over 50 vendors, beer garden, and family zone. Don't miss it August 23rd. Special thanks to UP Refuse and Recycling.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Aaron Granello. The governor of Texas is ordering the arrest of House Democrats in his state. About 50 lawmakers left Texas trying to block Republicans from voting to adopt new congressional districts. Republican Representative Dustin Burrows is the state's House Speaker.
I have signed the civil arrest warrants. We will work with DPS to locate members.
Republicans want to redraw congressional lines to flip House seats for the GOP in the midterms. More from CBS's Nydia Cavazos.
This isn't just a Texas matter, but this is a situation that does have national implications. And we've seen that Democrats in other states like California and New York are now saying that they're willing to fight fire with fire. Governor Gavin Newsom in California has promised that he will be redrawing the congressional lines here that will benefit Democrats. And we heard this morning from New York's governor saying she is willing to do the exact same thing.
Here in Washington, tomorrow is primary election day. Haley Watkins with King County Elections says there are plenty of local races.
We're talking about folks like mayors and city councils, school boards, even water and hospital commissioners. Those folks are making decisions on behalf of our communities every single day.
Top two candidates, regardless of party, will face off in the general election this November. Tacoma police have issued a scam alert. Here's KIRO News Radio's Frank Lindsay.
They want you to watch out for calls from somebody claiming to be a cop who says you've missed court or have warrants out and then demands that you pay right away, sometimes with Bitcoin. Tacoma PD says if you get a call like that, it's fake. Police officers never demand payment over the phone. They say if you get a call like this, just hang up. In Tacoma, Frank Lindsay, KIRO News Radio.
A piece of Cooperstown is coming to T-Mobile Park. The Seattle Mariners announced Ichiro Suzuki's Hall of Fame plaque will be available for viewing this weekend. The head of the Hall of Fame says this may be the only time the plaque is ever removed from its permanent display. The M's are honoring Ichiro all weekend. On Saturday, the team will retire his number 51 jersey. Now to the real-time traffic. This report is brought to you by Home Comfort Alliance, and we are starting with the closure of the West Seattle Bridge off-ramp from northbound I-5. Rollover semi blocking all lanes. Drivers, you are being detoured to Columbian Way. You can turn around there and access West Seattle, but you got to go through Capitol Hill to do that. Slow going into Seattle on northbound I-5. Right now, traffic building at the north end of Boeing Field. Looking at a 34-minute drive right now from Linwood to Seattle, 50 minutes from Tacoma to Olympia. Heading down 405, Bellevue to Renton is 30 minutes. A little heavy there through downtown, then it clears up as you reach the landing. Heading north into Everett, approaching 1 hour now from Seattle or Bellevue. Save up to 25% on new air conditioning and heat pump systems during the final days of the Home Comfort Alliance warehouse clearance sale. Visit homecomfortalliance.com. Weather update now brought to you by State Roofing and Exteriors. Sun breaks increasing this afternoon. Just partly cloudy skies today and tomorrow. Highs in the mid-70s. Right now, 70 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. Boy, if I had a nickel for every time I heard this story. A Kentucky woman was arrested at Disney World for possession of crack. Or is this meth? No, meth, I guess. 37-year-old Kentucky woman was stopped at the park's Ticket and Transportation Center after they noticed a tin can with suspicious objects inside. Como News had a link to this story, but it was originally from People. Security employees asked the woman, whose name is Brandy Asher, 37, what the items were, and she allegedly told them, quote, goodies, headache powder, which technically is probably true. Well,
sorry.
I don't know what I assume it.
Whatever work,
I assume it clears up a headache. Goodies is subjective, so I guess it applies. The security officer said, when I opened the tin can, I observed whitish, clear, crystal-like substances inside the can. I also noticed a Hollander cylinder-shaped tube.
The hoodies, the goodies, excuse me, cylinder-shaped tube. Wow.
Which also could have been holding her bifocal fixing glass kit.
Gosh.
Based on my training and experience as a law enforcement officer, I know these items to be associated with illegal narcotics. So she got arrested, which is a bummer. So it ruins your day at Disney World, for sure.
What a sad story.
Isn't that sad?
You're at the happiest place on earth, and that's not happy enough for you? You got to resort to smoking meth?
She wants to be happier, I guess.
Take that up a notch. Yeah. Splash Mountain just ain't getting it anymore.
It could help you walk around to the rides a little bit faster.
It would.
I got your fast pass right here.
Maybe too fat, little manic.
She was at the transportation center.
I don't even know what that means.
Oh, I can tell you. The park's Ticket and Transportation Center is where you go and buy your tickets and get on the monorail.
How did they
notice? Or you get on the train around the park.
It must have been so obvious, though, what she had with her.
She whips out a little tin can of goodies.
A tin can. Like, what is they talking about? Like a mint can?
Some similar, yeah.
Like a little can of
Altoids?
Altoids.
Yeah.
Full of meth? She couldn't
Apparently.
hide. Like when the guy says, I observed a whitish, clear, crystal-like substance. I guess the whitish powder could have also been just like residue from
goodies.
Altoids.
Or Altoids, yeah.
Which, again, would be a goodie. I don't think it's a headache powder, though. Your breath would smell better, though, as your
teeth fall out. You got minty breath.
Yeah.
Was she? And it doesn't say in the story, and I'm hoping that she was there as one of those Disney adults, which it's already weird enough.
Good golly, yeah. I hope she didn't have kids
with her. She's 37 at Disney World.
That Disney adult thing is an interesting trend. There's a lot of adults who go to Disneyland. I'm not saying you can't visit it occasionally as an adult. There are people, though, who go. They have passes to go all the time.
All the time.
As adults.
I understand.
And they wear ears.
I got family members who do that. My sister does that. Kid or no kid. Loves the park.
I don't get it.
I got a buddy who was, growing up, this was one of my old roommates. This guy he's the toughest guy I knew. He pumps concrete for a living. Mm-hmm. He owns his own company, concrete pumping trucks.
Sure.
Right? But he goes to Disney, he and his wife, all the time. Just the two of them.
Do they take their kids?
No. And for the same reason you watch the Gilmore Girls. That's what she loves.
All right, that makes sense. If you're trying to impress the wife.
Yeah, he's a big. this is a strong 6'2", 240 pounds of muscular.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy life, ears and everything. Guy puts the ears on.
He puts the ears on.
You bet for her.
That's too much.
You bet he does. Well, hey man,
she's asking too much.
Maybe
he's already going. He doesn't need to put the ears on.
Well, hey. I'm with you.
Does he wear like a belly shirt too, so he shows off his midriff?
No, I don't think so. No, he looks great. Wearing a golf shirt, looks like $1 million.
I would hope so.
Yeah,
she's forcing him.
She goes to the Ravens game with him back in Baltimore. She goes to the Ravens games with him.
She's
sits there.
Quid pro quo.
She sits there in the cold snow, rain.
Sure.
And he goes and puts ears on.
That's the sign of a good relationship.
There you go.
Yeah,
give and
she
take.
puts on the Ravens jersey. He puts on the ears. That at least is a back and forth that I can appreciate.
See, there you go. Nobody smokes meth when they're there.
Good.
None of them. See?
I hope not.
Healthy.
I saw this other story. Speaking of Disney World, they mysteriously closed their park for a few hours, and I was interested in this because, to me, the only reason that Disneyland would mysteriously close for many hours would be because something bad happened. Yeah. And occasionally it does happen. They're very good. They have very good PR at these huge theme parks. Mm-hmm. It's really bad anytime something horrible happens at Disneyland, like somebody dies or something.
Of course. When it happens more often than you know.
Well, at major theme parks, there are accidents that happen.
Sometimes there are accidents, of course, but sometimes people just expire at the park.
That's also true. Yeah. Like cruise ships.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise. That's a different thing, though. It's like usually an age-related thing.
Well, sometimes that happens at Disney, too.
Sometimes
you
at
got
Disney.
Grandpa, you're trotting Grandpa around the park, can't give up with the kids. Next thing you know, Grandpa, get up off the bench. Grandpa.
Yeah. Grandpa?
Yeah.
Great. Now it's going to slow down our ride riding.
And all these characters come out in their EMT costumes.
Isn't that horrible?
Oh, clear. Not working. Whoop. Oh, well.
Just to continue the magic for everybody else.
Put him in one of them white sheets. He's now part of the Halloween.
This is my one Disney thing that I can do. You're goofy. You can be goofy, and this is
you bet.
This is the sound of Donald Duck. This is Donald Duck being very. He's next to the park bench in your dream scenario.
I'm not getting a pulse, Mickey.
This is better. Jeez,
sorry,
it's way better.
I spent my whole life doing this.
So people didn't know why they shut the park down.
No.
There's all this speculation. There's all these Disney blogs for adults who go to Disneyland, and they speculate that something happened. They needed to power wash off the ground.
They said
who knows?
They said there was a spill.
Some sort of a spill.
My sister is in any number of Disney groups. I told you my sister.
Did she wear this?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I texted her about this morning, and she's like, oh, yeah, I'm all over this.
Did she have a theory about what it is?
Well, she said the official response was she didn't want to speculate.
Sure.
Lest she lose her credibility or membership in these freaky adult Disney groups that she's a part of.
Yeah.
Disney officially, because oftentimes there are closed sections of the park when they're doing a major renovation right now. They're updating some rides, they're renovating and turning over they're eliminating Muppets completely from the California Adventure portion of Disney.
Mm-hmm.
Going away.
They're getting rid of, they used to have this really detailed, like multi-day ride at Disneyland, this like launch ride at Star Wars. You would literally stay the night there. It was very expensive.
Wow. Okay.
They're getting rid of that, and they're coming up with a new experience.
Better use of the space, which is great. They're always evolving at the park. I get that.
Yeah.
And oftentimes those things have large sections of the park closed off for public use.
But they don't do it at a moment's notice.
Exactly.
That's months ahead of time. They go, hey, this is going to be closed, just so you know.
And you build your schedule around that. You don't, if that's the thing you want to see, you don't go there because you know it's going to be.
In this case, they had to shut down access to like Star Wars Land. They could, like close down these things. Indiana Jones ride, which is phenomenally popular.
Yes,
people
it
couldn't
is.
get to.
You bet.
So it made people think that maybe there was like people do take ashes there and they'll dump ashes.
That's
Did you know that?
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's illegal.
That's illegal. You
that's
can't
not
do
allowed.
that.
No.
But it still happens all the time.
Yeah.
Which is.
Well, the official Disney's response to inquiries was there was a spill. What kind of spill? Would you call hydraulic fluid?
Yeah, but you don't shut down half the park.
No.
For hours.
No.
Because of a spill of fluid.
Couple pints of fluid.
Yeah.
Human fluid.
Ugh.
Red sticky fluid.
Ugh.
Mop it up.
Gross. It's a mystery, and I'm intrigued. I want to know I want to solve that mystery, but we may never. But it happens.
Maybe my sister gets some inside information for us.
Could she?
She's got friends. She's got friends.
She's got friends.
Fuzzy friends. Furry friends on the inside.
Text her. Get some info. We won't put her name out there.
No.
And her last name is different than yours now. So
yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So she could be anonymous.
You bet.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. We got your text messages, all sorts of fun stuff. Stick around.
KIRO Newsradio, the Northwest's trusted news source.
We get the latest from KIRO Newsradio's James Lynch.
It happened Wednesday morning just after 6 o'clock.
Experienced voices you trust.
Several people hurt after a violent Saturday in Pierce County.
Coverage you depend on.
More from KIRO Newsradio's Matt Markovich.
It's as close to a veto warning as you could possibly get.
KIRO Newsradio. We're on YouTube, our app, your smart speaker, and 97.3 FM.
This summer, there's no better time to protect your home with the help from the pros at Integrity Roofing and Construction. Years of experience in roofing and restoration, their skilled teams deliver exceptional craftsmanship, whether it's a simple roof repair or a complete full renovation. Integrity offers free estimates, and their customer satisfaction speaks for itself. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today by calling 206-202-ROOF. That's 206-202-ROOF. Or find them online at integrityrc.com, integrityrc.com.
The summer warehouse clearance sale is on now at Bob's Heating. We have an overstock of 2024 cooling equipment and everything must go. Save 30% on all 2024 air conditioners and heat pumps while inventory lasts. Once these units are gone, they're gone. So now is your chance to save. As temperatures start to heat up, we'll help you cool down with our summer warehouse clearance sale. Call Bob's for your free estimate today.
Bob's Heating and Air Conditioning. Call Bob.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile.
With the price of just about everything going up, we thought we'd bring our prices down. So to help us, we brought in a reverse auctioneer, which is apparently a thing.
Mint Mobile Unlimited Premium Wireless. How to get 30, 30, how to get 30, how to get 20, 20, 20, how to get 20, 20, how to get 15, 15, 15, 15, just $15 a month? Sold!
Give it a try at mintmobile.com/save.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. New customer offer for first 3 months only. Speed slow after 35 gigabytes if network's busy. Taxes and fees extra. See mintmobile.com.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Bathfitter just hit a big milestone, 42,000 installations in Western Washington. To celebrate, Bathfitter is offering payments as low as $125 a month. Ursula Royteen here. I chose Bathfitter Northwest because they work here, they live here, and they love making bathrooms better for their neighbors. Custom fit tub and shower solutions are installed in as little as 1 day, and every installation is backed by a lifetime warranty. Call Bathfitter or visit bathfitternw.com to schedule a free consultation. This special offer won't last.
Cold is weakening, rats are moving in, mold is creeping in, water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
Looking to hire? ZipRecruiter finds the best candidate for your job fast. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Are you road trip ready? Bucky's Complete Auto Repair will make your car safe and dependable with expert service and old-fashioned care. Brakes, oil change, factory service, and more. No appointment needed, and yes, friendly financing is available. Bucky's.com.
KIRO Newsradio has your chance to win a pregame sideline experience with G. Scott, plus 4 tickets to see the Seattle Seahawks take on the Kansas City Chiefs on August 15th. Head to the KIRO Newsradio app, click the Win tab in the bottom of the right corner, and enter for your chance to win. You can enter once per day, so the more times you enter on the KIRO Newsradio app, the better your odds. Do it every day, July 30th through August 4th. Details and rules at mynorthwest.com/win.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of text messages today. You guys are fiery. Lots of opinions, lots of good topics we discussed. It's been a great Monday. Thank you guys for listening. If you're not downloading the podcast, we ask that you'd please do so. You can listen to the whole show at your leisure, which is fun. Also, watching on YouTube is a blast because you get to see our faces. If you don't like us, it actually can fuel your anger, and that's a nice feeling. If you do like us, then we're just going to seem like all the more friendlier for you, which is also nice. So check us out. Go to YouTube, search Jake and Spike, which is a lot of fun. All right, let's get into these text messages. Laura, go for it.
On our Biggest Idiot contest, Brent in Belfair says, to be fair and transparent, you are all winners to me.
Thank you, Brett.
That's the nicest insult we've ever been given.
Kind of nice. I did win the idiot contest.
You won the idiot contest by quite a long stretch.
Heck yeah.
Bobby in Tacoma says Spike was the closest to death, so he wins.
All
you faced was like permanent disfiguration.
The worst
and
thing
Laura was killing other people.
Yeah, mine was like probably just second-degree burns were mostly what I would have.
You're lucky you got eyebrows today, my friend.
Yeah.
That scares kids.
I did. I have a lot less nose hair, which my wife actually likes. Joel in Big Lake says, Jake has mentioned several times that he wants to drive a fire truck. The barbecue thing isn't the way to go about it. Oh, thank you, Joel. That's right.
Chris and Graham says, I kind of did the same thing as Jake, but had put the lid down on the grill after fixing the igniter. It blew the lid open as soon as I hit the button. Lightly singed arm hair.
I have done that as well, and it's shocking how much the lid just pops right off. Have you done that? It's like a Jack in the Box. It just goes boom.
Wait, so you've made this mistake more than once?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then you deserve the win.
Well, that's funny because Jesse
will not
B
be the
says,
last time either.
Jesse B says, this is a tough one. I'm voting for Spike as biggest idiot because I don't think any lessons were learned. Well, clear, Jesse. Jake hadn't learned anything either. So there you go.
And Jesse's wrong because you are going to start tying off to your roof in the future. Oh, jeez.
I know they're up there.
Come on.
It's a quick trip.
360 says,
fall. Boom.
How fast do you fall, though? 360 says, I vote Laura's story. Hers could be the plot of an episode of NCIS.
Poison cake.
If you
That
kill
would have been a
16
news story.
people,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I wouldn't have
100%.
killed them, but they could have gotten ill.
They might have killed them. You don't know. Could have killed them.
360 says, I have to give the idiot award to Laura. Not only did she put the most lives at risk, she had to call someone to verify that the cake was contaminated. You were actually seeking, is it okay to still feed these people this?
Do I have to make it again? It's
Right?
the best the cake had ever come out. It was so fluffy.
It's also good advice to always call, if you ever need to know anything, call your parents. It's like that scene in Wonderful Life, where he's like trying to figure out what to do and he's got the drugs that he accidentally got sent to the wrong people.
The old man.
And he looks up at the sign, Call Dad.
Or ask Dad. He knows.
Ask Dad. He knows.
Corporel was the cigar in question.
Oh, there you go.
I love that movie.
Such a good movie.
At least my mom laughed when I told her that we'd both eaten contaminated salmon the night before.
And you didn't feel sick from it.
No.
Yeah, that's good.
206 says, you guys all scare me. Now I know why we don't get bored at Harborview. At least there was no whippets involved.
Yes. Mark in Nisqually says, I would have missed either one of you. Oh, if either of us had perished.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That's nice. Thank you, Mark.
And I guess I wouldn't have perished because I wouldn't have eaten the cake.
Well, we'd have missed you if you're serving 20 to life for killing 16
So
people.
sadistic, though, if he just sat there and watched everybody eat this contaminated cake.
Oh, that was actually the reason. I wasn't that worried about people getting sick from it. I was more worried about
You
having
getting
to
sick.
sit through other people eating it and giving me nice compliments, knowing that it was lightly contaminated.
Oh, that is sadistic. That is a peek inside a dark
a light dusting
part of Laura's
contamination.
sunny demeanor.
All right,
Question for you. Would you have eaten it though? If your mom said, "Yeah, it's probably fine," would you have eaten it?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt.
You're going to give me the benefit of the doubt.
I'll say you would have.
I will say I thought about taking a bite to try it before I threw it away because it was like these two perfect, gorgeous cake grounds just straight in the trash. And I didn't take a bite.
Thank you.
I didn't take a bite.
Smart. Let's jump to dating across the political divide and the Barbie line, as people are now calling it. So, Laura, go ahead, start this one off.
Ian, the 253, says, I am a 50-year-old woman and I won't watch the Barbie movie. My husband and I have different views on certain topics, and I think that's perfectly healthy. If you agree with your partner 100% of the time, then there's no room for either of you to explore topics any further or consider an issue from another perspective.
Interesting.
That's a very good comment. Becky in Tacoma says, on the other side, I'm a conservative woman, and I will not date a liberal guy.
Interesting. But the argument sprung up from our internal arguments sprung up from, is there a movie that would stop you from dating somebody outside of that? So I'd be interested from Becky. If there's a liberal movie that you would refuse to watch. No, would you refuse to watch it? Is that how it would work? I don't know.
Max in the 425 says, my litmus test for a woman would be if they've seen Animal House. That's a deal breaker. Being married for 35 years is also a deal breaker. Thank you, Max.
I think ultimately the answer to all of this is you should definitely go out and you should watch My Cousin Vinny, Laura.
Yes.
That's what we've arrived at.
That's what we got the most texts about.
Go watch My Cousin Vinny.
People telling me to see that movie. I'll watch it.
I think you would really enjoy it. It's really good. All right. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us today. We really appreciate it. We're going to be back tomorrow. Tons of great stuff we're already working on. John Curley's up next. Stick around for that. And we got to go for right now. So we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Ah, summer in the Puget Sound region. Hanging at the beach. A nice coffee on a long walk with the pooch. And so much time sitting in traffic every weekend, literally going nowhere.
We've all felt it. Big construction projects are underway across the region, and I can help you get around the big delays.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan, presented by Carter Subaru. Get all of Sully's choke points at mynorthwest.com and the KIRO Newsradio app.
Did you hear? A recent stash of $10 gold Liberty coins from the 1800s has been found. These gorgeous gold coins are as bright and shiny as the day they were struck in the late 1800s, and less than 200 of these gold coins are available. Coin experts are calling this gold find an incredible opportunity. Call 1-800-917-4635, and you are guaranteed a $10 gold Liberty coin minted by the U.S. Mint in the 1800s. But with extremely limited availability, you must call now. These gold Liberty coins from the 1800s are still in uncirculated condition. That is history you can hold in your hand. To learn more, call 1-800-917-4635. Call now and you'll receive a free American Coin Collector's Bonus Package, a $40 value, free with every order. Call 1-800-917-4635 now to secure your $10 gold Liberty coins dated from the 1800s before they sell out. That's 1-800-917-4635.
Hi, it's John Curley. Longevity Medical Clinic has been helping people live longer, healthier lives for more than 25 years.